why bears have paws. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to D&D on Roll. No, welcome to the Dice Cult. Welcome to Roll Incorporated on the Dice Cult. My name is Matt. I am going to be your dungeon master tonight. One day I will say my name is Matt and I'm going to be a player tonight just to surprise everybody. But that night is not this night. I will randomly pick somebody to DM and just be like, "You're DMing. Here's my notes."
I'll do it. You won't enjoy it, but I'll do it.
You will burn my world to the ground. Oh, look at that! 6 wish spells. So tonight we are going to play some D&D. We're going to hear from Jackie about our announcements, but first we have to have a word from our sponsor. Now, tonight's sponsor is not the same sponsor as last week. The sponsor from last week helped chip in for tonight's sponsor because to remind us, our sponsor from last week was water, not soda. But our sponsor for this week is vegetables. Delicious vegetables.
I haven't eaten a vegetable in 3 days.
Now, vegetables, you might say, well, why would vegetables sponsor us? Well, vegetables and water like to team up quite often to increase your ability to be productive throughout the day, get rid of headaches. And if you're hungry for something, instead of going for like something heavy in carbs or whatnot, you could go for like a carrot, a solid carrot with a little bit of dressing. It's healthy for you, good for you, and cheap. This one plate of vegetables right here only costs like
vegetables.
$2.30. No, there's no carbs. Well, there are carbs.
There are carbohydrates in vegetables.
These are, but not like eating pasta. Jeez, stop interrupting my sponsor moment.
Why are you shaming my dinner of choice, which was just pasta? Again, I haven't eaten a vegetable in 3 days.
I'm not specifically targeting Jackie here, people. It's just the sponsor we have. The sponsor next week will be different. Jeez. Anyway, if you are feeling hungry and you would like to stay awake and not help make you lethargic, go eat some vegetables. Drink a glass of water with them. And that's a word from our sponsor today. Over to you, Jackie.
This is continuing to throw me off in a way that I don't appreciate.
I'm gonna go refill my water.
Okay. As he leaves, we can finally mount a overthrow of the DM. No. Announcements up at the top. Some reminders. We, of course, are going to remind you that if you have a Twitch Prime account, you can, of course, subscribe for free to a channel of your choosing once a month. We would love for that to be us. And so if you feel so inclined, go ahead and click that subscribe. Twitch Prime. We would love to see it. We understand if not, though. If you're looking and seeing, oh, we're on episode 28, but you missed episode 26 or 27, you can go back to the Dice Cult YouTube page and watch our Roll Incorporated playlist all the way back from the beginning if you so choose. Other exciting things, we are on Twitter. You can come and interact with us even not during stream time. Hang out, see some art, see some cool announcements, see some cool animations. It's great, super fun. Also, if you really want to like hang out with us a little bit more, we now have a super exciting Discord that's like early access if you want to get in and join us over on Discord. If you go down and click the About page, there's a new little button. It says Discord.
We're all wasting our time there.
Yeah, I won't say that I am on Discord most of the day, even when I'm working, and my students didn't hear that. Actually, my students have seen that I'm on Discord sometimes, so it's fine. So if you would like to come and hang out with us, we've got a cool community that we're trying to grow there. More will be coming on some info about that later, but like you guys are the first to hear about it. As is tradition, at the end of the stream, you will have a chance to vote on giving away a Portent dice to one of our lovely players for a scene or a character moment that you just particularly love. But you got to stick around for the end to do that. And we would love to just hang out with you and chat a little bit as we look for that moment that we want to vote for. So, as always, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, settle in for some D&D.
Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate that. What happened last week? Last week, I was going to queue up the song. Do I have Run in here? I was going to queue up the song. Anyway,
My DMs.
don't worry about it. It's just me being spacey. Last week, the party quickly looted the wizard's bodies, finding a bag of holding, of which Clara has kept in her possession. Inside, there were a bunch of books in various and sundry languages, and a note talking about where this cart was supposed to go. After reading the note and glancing what's inside, the party decided to flee the scene, and they proceeded to do so, trying to lose the potential followers that might come through. About 10 minutes after the button was hit for the teleportation circle, some people came through, and shortly thereafter, a search was put up for the people who had combated and caused the harm to everybody in the area, or at least that's what they thought. More searchers took to the air, and one of them sent a message to Clara, which she replied to, and the party decided to return to face whatever was waiting for them at the camp. They returned, and after some very skillful and clever truth-telling with a little bit of lies thrown in, the party managed to convince the people from the Magic Enforcement Armed Division that they had only the best interests of the civilians in mind, and were not trying to run away, but were trying to make sure nothing had gotten away. Mead left after a little bit of after making a date to meet up with Magda at some point, one of the people from Mead. And inside of all of that, Clara spoke with one of her close friends, Marcus, telling him a little bit of truth and a little bit of not saying something. Didn't really lie, just didn't answer every question. Encouraged him to leave the military to return to his true love, art. And Olivia met up with an old friend of hers, and did a little bit of sparring, and due to her tiredness and previous battles throughout the day, lost quite handily. One, because the other one surrendered. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Olivia's smoke is back, and the party hit the road the next afternoon after sleeping for the whole day and made their way to Coal Warf, where they are currently. Did I miss anything of importance? Didn't think so. Awesome. So here we are in Coal Warf, and I think it's time. I think it's time to maybe play some D&D. And we are back in Coal Warf, the town that most people would know as relatively small, a population of only 3,000, maybe 4,000 in a good year, people, built on the banks of the Dwarf River, the Dwarf Lake rather, with a lot of transportation along this river comes out of Coal Warf and goes down the wall into the Great Lake and then continues down into the ocean. Coal Warf is named such because its main source of job is to take the coal coming out of the mountains and process it into a usable form that can be then used to heat houses, as well as be used for making stuff and all the things that coal can be used for, which I do not have a comprehensive list in front of me. But at this point, your mic is muted, by the way, Olivia. At this point, Coal Warf, as you guys enter in, Coal Warf is very different. There is a whole other city that has sprung up around Coal Warf, specifically over to the west of Coal Warf, where there's a minor lake. And this body of water is just around this body of water, the entire close to eyeball, it looks like there's hundreds and hundreds of tents that are the watch that have set up here. And as you go through and have quick conversations with people who just sort of want to know what your business is, and then they let you pass through because there's tons of watch on the road. You learn that this is actually the second camp, and there's an even bigger camp set up around Redwood. And there's 2 more camps set up around Layover and I think it's Black Oak where the other crack is. I really should have this marked on this map. But where the cracks are, there's these massive camps with 1,000 people or more watching the cracks on the wall, and this is just one of the backline camps. Soldiers, watchmen are everywhere, in uniform, out of uniform. You can tell that some of them are injured. Not a ton of them are injured, but you can tell that this is a group of weary soldiers who are getting some rest before going back to the front line. You can see that there's doing training exercises. You are walking in the evening, and it's kind of interesting because as you are walking down this road and you sort of crest the hill that overlooks all Coal Warf, you see that there's actually massive training exercises going on specifically in the night. It seems like this would normally be a daytime activity, but they apparently are doing most of the training at night. You see people practicing on flying owls as well as wear belts of flying. There's a ton of air traffic here flying back and forth between here and the wall. As you have learned, much of the air traffic has been redirected down here. As you sort of enter the town, you can hear blacksmiths going all night. Or rather, they still haven't shut their shop, and the city is completely lit up, easy to see on the streets, and it is almost like Vegas kind of thing. Not in the sense that that everyone's there to party, but there are a ton of people here who are partying, soldiers who are on leave, but at the same time, the city does not sleep at all, apparently. And so as you enter this bustling city, as the sun is beginning to set, what would you guys like to do?
What time of day is it?
Probably around 6, I would say 6 or 7. The sun's starting to set over the wall.
All right. Well, we need to find Steve and Benny, and we need to find a place to sleep for the night.
Yeah.
In first, then start scouring for Benny.
I'd agree with that.
Sounds good.
All right.
So
as we walk into town, I'd like to just keep an eye out for the first person to me who looks like a local and not a soldier, if there is, like someone maybe who works in the coal mines or something like that.
Sure, easily enough to spot. There's a shift trading out, and you see a bunch of them leaving the town, heading out to the mines, and another group coming in. Which one would you like to grab somebody from?
One heading in to the town.
Okay. So you walk up to the line of miners who are walking into the town. They're basically laughing and talking amongst themselves. And you make your presence known and sort of get one of their attention. And he sort of turns and peels off and he goes, "Can I help you?"
Friend, returning hard day's work, I assume. You guys are doing great work up there, I imagine.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you. It's always appreciated. I just wanted to know if you could let us know. My companions and I are weary from traveling a great distance, and we're just wondering what if there's a hostel, an inn of some sort that you would recommend in the town. Something that's not too much bustle with all the soldiers. Quieter. It sounds like it's a rowdy place.
Passing through. You're not here to set up shop or something. You're just passing through the town and you want somewhere quiet.
Through. Yes.
Well, every place is basically booked up, but I got a cousin who runs a place called the Burning Priest. You're gonna want to head up towards the river to the east. It's nestled in there right next to where the lake meets the river, right in the back there.
Thank you. Is there a sign?
It might be up again. It keeps getting knocked down by sailors who get a little bit rowdy. But the place itself isn't going to be swarming with the watch members. The sailors and the watch members get to fighting down there, so they kind of have a little bit of division of where the city is. So if you don't want to be around the watch, head down there. As long as you don't mind sailors.
Oh, as long as it's quiet, that's really all we care about.
They'll respect your privacy and down there, and nobody will be. They don't run their mouth about people who come through down in that way. Good way to get yourself in trouble.
Good to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Caden reaches into his pouch and grabs a gold piece, thinks about Olivia for a second, switches it for a silver piece, takes it back out. Thank you very much for the information. Always appreciate it. And hands it off.
Muchly appreciated. Hey, boys, drinks on me. He turns around and joins the group.
Come back to the group and just be like, Burning Priest, apparently a quiet place. Not as many watch soldiers.
Interesting name for a quiet place.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Suppose a burning. Yes.
Suppose we'll see when we get there.
So you make your way there, I'm assuming? As you make your way, thread your way through the town, it is absolutely packed. The smell of a town that is has a population larger than its waste system was designed to hold. There's a little bit of coal in the air, smell like burning coal, and there's a little bit of just a very dirty town that is not, that's basically bursting at capacity, and you're having to cut your way through the crowds. And even now at this hour at 6 o'clock, there's some drunk stumbling through the street already well into their cups at 6 o'clock. There's buskers on the side of the road yelling about their wares. Meat for sale, fresh fish. As you sort of make your way through, people try to catch your eye. Come on in, I got room, I got ale. This is a town that is making coin hand over fist, and people have moved in specifically to just make money here. You cross over into the sailor's den area, and it's a distinct difference between what you step out of. It's like almost as if the soldiers hit this street and then just sort of turn around. And down here, it's all boats. The smell of the water coming up has, the air is a little bit cleaner down here. The water rolling in, the smell of the water rolling in off the lake. You make your way through the streets, which are slightly less packed, to the Burning Priest. The Burning Priest is a large bar with sort of shady plaster, a straw roof. And as you sort of walk in, the back of the bar, the back wall is completely open, like it has those windows that open up, and you have this magnificent view of the mountain range looming over the lake. And this place is just absolutely fantastic to look out of. And as you sort of walk in, you can see behind a little ways down a path behind are these like bungalows that are clearly attached to this place that you could rent one for the evening. The bar itself is roomy, though poorly lit, and there are several stools in front for the patrons if they wish to spend the evening right up against the bar, as well as tables for people who want to eat some food. It's a little bit busy, and there's a quite solidly built female dwarf behind the bar who is serving drinks and talking to the customers in a very casual and friendly way. As you walk in and get your surroundings, she meets your eye and she goes, "Hi, you can just take a table, you can pull up to the bar. We got the stew pot is on, never runs out. I'll be with you in a second." And she goes back to a conversation that she's having with one of the sailors at the table at the bar.
Dinner first?
Sure, it's been a long walk.
Hmm.
Might as well eat. Maybe we can ask someone here if they might know where the ranger station is.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, lady.
Yeah.
I need like hot water.
All right. Yeah, we can get you something you want, like to
Just
wash
the
up.
water. Just like a cup of hot water.
Yes.
And some stew to go around.
Yeah.
Stews and a round of ale.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you look up on the wall and there's like 3 or 4 different ales listed there, and there's something called And as you sort of walk up, you hear somebody ask for something called death sticks, and it's not on the wall. It's just you hear that. She goes, she chuckles and goes, "One moment," and she turns and starts pulling bowls off of a shelf. And there's there's no real kitchen. There's just a small patio that you can see as she steps out. And there's this big pot of stew. And based upon like the edging around it and stuff like that, this pot of stew has probably been on for years. And they just keep adding meat and water and vegetables and things, and they just always keep this pot of stew going. And so she reaches in and pulls out, two big, enough heaping pile into a giant bowl, like fills up a secondary bowl, stacks some wooden bowls next to it, puts it all on a tray and brings it over, and she slaps it down. And here's a cup of hot water for you, all the way around, all 5 of you. That's gonna be 5 silver.
I'll hand her a gold piece.
Thanks. So,
Do you have rooms available?
Of course, with this, I can give you a bungalow and the meal for gold for all 5 of you. Another bungalow will cost you an extra 5 silver if you want to.
What does a bungalow entail?
Bungalow fits up to 8.
It's perfect.
Sure.
All right. You just go down the pathway. You see one with the door open, and you go ahead and take it. You go in and shut the door, and people know that one's taken. And she takes the gold, and goes back behind the counter. And you see as she talks to the guy, and she reaches over and slides something over to him. He slides a small coin purse back over to her, and then there's some conversation.
I think we just watched a drug deal.
Probably.
Yeah.
Olivia pulls out her little bag of tea, throws it into the cup, and then waits.
What is that?
Tea?
I've never seen you drink tea before. I didn't know you liked it.
Yeah, I don't plan on making too much of a habit of it, just when it's necessary.
And what makes this tea necessary right now?
I don't really feel like explaining. You just wait 5 minutes and then you'll figure it out.
That's not concerning at all, Olivia.
After she drinks the tea, the smoke just roll one of those charges for me too. As she drinks the tea, the smoke that has been pouring off of her just fizzles down and disappears.
I thought you said you didn't have any more of that.
No, I have one more now, I think.
Is it absolutely necessary?
Well, I feel a lot better.
Sure.
I still think we might want to take a look at what's in that.
A monk gave it to me, and monks are usually really cool, so I think it's probably fine.
I think we should...
Yeah.
Any kind of a drug from a stranger should be investigated.
Yeah, we're not just gonna drink
Research.
random leaves that someone gives us.
Never once, right?
It tastes kind of funny, but otherwise it's good.
And it's not just that the water's putting a fire that causing the smoke or something.
What?
Maybe you just need more water.
Oh yeah, that might be it. I could try, but usually when I drink water, it's still... At least ale would... some of the ale in the places in Nuri is basically water, so... that should get rid of it, if that were the case. Do I need to make a con saving throw?
No. At the moment, you've only consumed it twice, so you're always going to pass that con saving throw.
Yeah, feel great.
Has the stew arrived?
The stew hasn't. Yeah, you have your stew. You each have a thing of ale in front of you. She actually didn't bring it in individual bowls. She brought it in a big pot. She scooped a bunch in and just set the pot on the table so you guys can serve yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, she brought bowls, but
She brought a bowl.
but instead of individual servings of stew that she now has to come back and serve you guys, she brought a pitcher of ale with 4 full ale cups and a big pot of stew and bowls. This is more like you get the sense that she's not super concerned about wanting to wait hand and foot on people.
Olivia, can I taste your tea?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know what it'll do, like somebody like you, but like, don't drink it all though. I need the rest of it.
I'm just going to. I'll just take a tiny sip of it and see.
Are we all doing random drugs now? Is that what's happening?
As you say that, Caden's gonna lean forward and just gonna look into the pot of stew and be like, "Hey, Stu, it's good to see you again."
Minor illusion, a small bubble that just goes, hi.
Oh my goodness, this one talks too. How come Stu never talked before?
All right, Egg.
All right, Ag.
I've been
We're
quiet
doing
this whole
drugs
time.
now.
I've just been thinking. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna probably go out and go out on the town tonight, do a little bit of drinking. This is gonna be our last stop before we go adventuring. So
You're gonna go just out on the town, in the town full of soldiers who are watching a bunch of other people watching cracks in the wall, and just gonna get wasted?
yeah, sounds like fun.
Before we
Huh?
go on an adventure?
Last time I'm gonna be able to do this before we go on an adventure. So why not?
Can't really argue that logic, but okay.
I
Please,
suppose
people
just
love
be back here on time to leave in the morning.
Oh yeah, I'll sleep here. I'm just gonna go out and have a little bit of drinks.
Oh, you should wait until we pick our bungalow so you know which one is ours.
Oh, good idea. That would be really weird.
Yes.
Burst into people's bungalows.
Podcaster.
Caden leans over to Magda. How's the tea taste?
How does the tea taste?
Give me I'll let you use investigation or nature. The tea tastes decent. It's got this like smoky taste to it. Like it's a gray tea that an Earl might drink. No, I'm kidding. It's a gray tea, and not like when you see her pour it in. It was already liquid. It was a concentrated thing, and she poured it into the cup. And so as you taste it, it has like a little bit of a smoky taste with a backwash of just a little bit of mint. But outside of that, it tastes fine.
I'm assuming it's not like similar to anything I would have encountered before.
Not really. Like as far as tea goes, it's not a bad tea. It doesn't have any effect on you.
Sure. Well, I'm also wondering about drugs Magda would have encountered throughout the Lost Palace.
Right, yeah.
Just like there's
That's
nothing
fair.
that's similar to that. Yeah.
Go through our
No,
catalogs of drugs.
Thank you for as you sip it and taste it and hone in and think about nothing dulls. It doesn't actually taste like a drug to you. Like there's nothing in here that makes you go, oh, this is drugs. If it is drugs, it's the weakest drugs you've ever tasted. Like
Okay. All right. I hand it back to her. Oddly smoky. Seems interesting. I'd be curious to know what herbs it's made out of.
No, I don't know.
Not anything I've encountered before, so.
I mean, I don't usually drink tea, so I wasn't sure like if this was normal or not.
I mean, it seems like normal tea. I was more
Okay,
thinking
cool.
about other things that could be in it.
You're feeling all right now, Olivia? And I guess now Magda?
Yeah, it's. I suppose time will tell in a few hours, but so far I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, Olivia's not smoking at all.
I mean, her effects seem pretty instantaneous, and I feel the same.
I mean, honestly, kind of jealous, but okay. Yeah. Can we all get a tea that does that? Great.
I mean, you don't smoke, so you're good.
No, nice.
Yeah, that's I mean, now that you've said it out loud, Clara, that's.
Should we go find Captain Vinny?
We haven't finished.
Hold on,
the
hold on. We haven't finished our stew or found a
Oh, it's
bungalow.
fine. I'll go ask around.
No. Sit.
What's been going on with you?
You wanted to know about our magic. I think we're
You
entitled to talk
told
about
me
yours.
nothing about your magic. To be quite
Like,
honest,
the whole demo.
your magic.
Yes, we demonstrated our magic for you.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't know a lot about our magic.
That's fair. I mean, my magic is my magic. I studied it.
But
It's a thing.
the ice.
That's because my mom is, Eladrin. I don't think it's
Fill
part
me
of the
in.
winter thing.
Yeah, but you're spring.
Not anymore. Or at least not fully.
Has it ever happened to you before?
No. But then
Has it
again,
ever happened to any of your siblings before?
Ooh, has it?
Not that you're aware of.
Shrug. Look,
See, though,
Olivia,
like, usually it's winter, then spring, not spring, then winter. It's like you're going back.
Does your mother always follow a strict cycle through the seasons, or does it fluctuate? I thought it was based on her mood.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
she's very unique and interesting.
Yeah,
And-
hers isn't quite the same as a regular Eladrin.
No, not really. She's a little bit more as she wills it, or doesn't will it, and just kind of happens.
It's just really volatile.
Yes. So I don't know. Literally don't know what this is supposed to do or what it means, other than now got some white and a little bit more prone to ice than I am to plants.
I ask because we've asked a few times, and this tends to cycle back around to your mother every time. As in, I think you lead the conversation to your mother every time. So I'm just asking. I'm not trying to pry, but I'm asking in case there's anything you need from us, or if there's anything that's going on that you could use help with.
I mean, I think this is probably actually pretty normal. Like, I don't think anything is wrong with me. It's a fairly normal biological process for an Eladrin. We can get a book on it, and you can read all about how Eladrins grow up, and we can... what
You're not-
happens when your body changes.
We're less worried about the biological significance.
I'm not writing that book.
About
It's
are you feeling okay? And again,
Yeah,
you
like-
don't have to answer, but if you want help or want to talk about anything, we're here.
I mean, you all were literally there for everything that happened, for the most part.
Yes,
So, I'm
which
doing
means we're excellent for talking about it.
sure. Probably not the best place to talk in a very busy tavern to discuss the...
Well, when we get back to the bungalow.
Are we gonna continue to call it a bungalow? I do not believe this
I
is
love
actually
the word bungalow. I'm going to continue saying it. We're in a coal mining town and we've got a bungalow.
It's gonna just be a shack. Like,
Oh,
they probably
absolutely.
upcharged us. Okay.
they said if it
cool
8 people, it
place.
should be pretty good.
I mean, Terry says he can fit 8 people in some of his places, and
Oh shit!
yeah.
Did you expect anything more?
Did she give me Terry vibes? Can I insight?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
As you're watching, she just leans back and roars in laughter. Apparently, they've shared some sort of joke. This person does not give you Terry vibes. This is seems to just be a bar owner who enjoys running a bar rather than a tavern, Likes hanging out. This is if you went up and said, "What is your greatest desire?" It'd probably be doing what she's doing.
Hmm. You know what, Magda? I think I'm getting it.
There
Your
are a
greatest
lot of
desire.
things we could be talking about right now.
What are you getting?
The desire thing, you know? I don't think
What?
I need to ask.
Flirting? You're getting a
No.
desire thing?
Talking
Is
about
that
tea?
tea? Yeah.
No.
What's going on?
She likes this. She likes what she's doing.
Oh, the bartender? Certainly.
Yeah.
She seems happy here.
Hmm. I think maybe it's because I know people like Terry, and she's not a person like Terry, so
I
it
feel
might
like there's
not be
many
that bad.
people like Terry.
It's good practice. Let's go
Well,
see
that
the
was really
bungalow.
good too. Should we go and get our bungalow so I can go out and have some fun?
Yes. Let's go.
Sure.
Cool. She just
Let's
looks at
go
you
get a
guys.
bungalow.
So you walk down the steps, and you see that there's these small one-story basically houses that are pretty square. They have a sloping roof, and some of them look like they might have been prepped for a half story, but all of them are single story. They look like the way the roofs are set up and stuff. It looks like they're really easy to heat. And you see one with an open door, and you just kind of open the door, and inside this small house is a wood stove in the very center of it, or a coal burning stove rather, not a wood stove, but a coal stove in the very center with a teapot on top of it that if you pick up, you splash it. It has a little bit of water in it, as well as a basin for washing your hands and things like that. And outside of that, there are 8 beds lining the walls. They just go around the outside edge of the room. This is just a very plain one large room in a small house sort of thing that if you were you could pick up some travelers on the road and fill it up kind of thing. So very much a bungalow by definition.
Damn, this is
We
nice.
could take the mattresses off the bed frames and make a fort.
Who are you?
Ag looks really interested in this idea.
I mean, we haven't done that since we were kids, Olivia.
We have 8 mattresses. That's 3 extras. Let's make a fort.
There's blankets as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I can make some lights too.
Egg, you sure you're leaving?
She looks like really torn.
The
You
fort
can
will
get
be here
drunk
when you
and
come
come-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a nice cozy fort for you when you're absolutely wasted.
Okay,
If you can find
But,
the right bungalow.
no pillow fights until I'm back.
Deal.
Absolutely deal.
Egg, I'm going to do a walk around the outside. Can you join me for a minute?
Who?
Egg.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. It's not very big. Like a walk around is like a minute at most.
Do we hear
Caden
the
would still
voices
do
through
it.
the wall?
100%.
Here through.
100%. Yeah. What's up?
I'd like to make a recommendation. This is you would probably know better than most of us. We have not left Ujama much, but there's a lot of soldiers here, a lot of sailors here. You talked about getting your map from a gambling situation and it turning pretty ugly afterwards. I am mainly concerned about you, but you seem determined to go. What I would like you to do is leave your valuables here, including the map. You don't need to you don't need others to see things or have more reason to accost you for any reason.
She looks at you really suspiciously.
I'd
You're just
also like
trying
you
to
to
get
take
me
this
to-
earring. No, I will give you this earring. Magda will be able to tell where you are in case you're in trouble. You'll be able to tell where Magda is, so we will not leave without you. If you ever get into trouble, you grab the earring and you throw it across the room as fast as you can. Magda will feel that.
Give me a persuasion roll.
17.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's how I got in jail.
I remember
But
the story you told me.
if you guys run off, I know where you live. I will burn that house to the ground.
I'm sure this bungalow won't take much to light. I'm sure
No,
you
I'm
would.
not talking about where Magda lives.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. And she reaches into up underneath her shirt and pulls out a piece of worn leather, and she pulls off her coin pouch and pulls out a smaller coin pouch from inside, changes some coins over, and gives you the majority of her coins and the map. And all right, there you go. I have enough for drinking, a little bit of gambling, and then when I'm out, I'm out.
Stay safe. Don't get into trouble. Keep that earring in your pocket. Don't flash it around. Just keep it accessible.
She looks at it. I want this. She just sticks it in her pocket.
And don't sell it. It is not part of your gambling. Do not get drunk and sell that ring, or otherwise it'll be
No.
your bungalow.
When
that
I'm
gets
drunk,
burned
I
down.
win things. But that's all right. I'll be safe. I know we're close. I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna go have a little bit of a drink, give you guys some time away from me, and me some time away from you, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
And maybe meet somebody or something. You know.
Remember it. Don't bring. If you bring them back, just be quiet, okay? It's one big room. I'd rather you not go to someone else's place.
No secondary locations. That's what she said.
Yes. God. Okay. He's gonna finish his walk around the building.
She sort of skips off.
Did we just have to hear Caden basically almost give back the talk?
Yes. Let's
Maggie
go
yells
door.
from inside, "Have fun!"
Did she say she needed a break from us?
Yeah.
Are we the
I don't
annoying
know.
ones?
Are we the annoying ones?
I mean, she seemed to be fine with the training. I don't know what the problem would be.
I felt like we were friends. Maybe Anna just didn't like us as much as we thought she did.
Hmm.
Also, if she
I think
comes
we could
back with
ask and
someone,
answer.
I'm out. Nice as the bungalow is, no, we're good.
We could do a tiny hut. We could bring the mattresses.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
The bungalow is big enough for a tiny hut inside.
Tiny Hut Mattress Fortress.
Wow. Wait, someone write that down, please, in chat for our episode title.
Tiny hut.
Tiny
mattress
hut.
fortress.
Fortress.
Oh man.
So yeah, you make a tiny hut mattress fortress.
If you go find Captain Benny,
Do we want to
Or,
talk
like,
about
send a
anything
message.
first?
do we need to talk about anything first?
Well, you guys go find Captain Benny. I'm gonna stay here for a bit. I can like watch the place, you know. Well, if we leave the door open, somebody will come in, and Egg's stuff is here, and our stuff is here, and I need to like do some things.
What things do you need to do?
Doesn't matter.
Probably would be useful to have a member of the watch to go talk to the ranger.
You can
Added
handle it though.
credibility.
You're good at talking to people.
Are you sure you don't want to see this through? I thought you're all about finishing the mission for the watch.
That was the other guy. This is a bear.
They were really cute. I'm like hurt.
So
You
we'll
know-
go talk to the ranger apartment. We'll say that the member of the watch came with us, but opted not to come and finish out the mission and stayed home instead.
I'm doing paperwork. It's fine.
I'm
If
gonna
you
say
come
this.
with us, I'll help you with your paperwork.
No, I have to do the paperwork. It's my paperwork.
The Owlbears are so
I can
much
forge
better
your
than private
handwriting
ink.
and your signature.
Yeah, but it's not gonna sound like I wrote it. It's fine.
Good
It's
at
fine.
forgery.
Just go. You do your thing, then you come back, and then we'll do stuff, and then we'll go to sleep, and it'll be fine. I just need to do
Why do
something.
you want
Okay?
us out of the bungalow?
I need to do something. Come on, you guys do weird shit all the time. Let me do my stuff.
I've never done weird shit ever.
I don't
Not in
believe
view
you.
of us.
Caden doesn't know that.
No, Caden says that.
Oh.
He may not know it, but Caden says that.
Yeah. My shit private.
Uh,
Caden's
It'll
just
be
gonna
fine.
wait for whatever Magda's decision is. He'll just take up his usual post by the door.
Usually I would be fine with you staying, but unfortunately I think at this point a watch member would be useful.
You could give your
So
armor to one of us.
technically a watch related thing. How reliable are 3 random people with some owlbear tags walking up?
I could send a private Keen and make he could back us up. I don't want to.
Can
but I
Private Keen send back to what's his
He could
face?
like tell me something of
Really?
like I'm sure there's a code word or something.
no,
I've been out of the
totally,
bubble.
Ranger
totally just
code
called
word.
him. I swear I did.
Okay, I will come, but I'm not gonna talk much. I need to like think of things, and then I'll talk when we get there. And then I just let me do it. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
We
you
can
need
be
to
cool.
meditate?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, we'll leave you alone when we come back. You can have your quiet.
Yeah, that'll probably. I need to think about some things. Then I need to talk to everybody. Okay. I just don't know how to say it. Okay. I don't know how to say things, so I need to think about it for a little bit and then figure it out, and then I can say the things.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Me too. I'm not sure what I'm gonna say yet.
It's kind of obvious.
You know, Olivia, we're all your friends. Even if it's ungainly and doesn't make a lot of sense, we'll listen.
It's just like you guys like all your whole thing is talking, and you just talk and you plan and everything, and I don't know how to talk, and so unless I do this right, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna come across the way that I want it to, and so I need to like. I'm
I can make
trying.
them forget it. If it comes across bad, I could make them forget it.
See, I know you do weird shit when we don't see it.
This is true. You went to a monk woman and drank strange tea.
Yeah, you took drugs from a weird lady that you met once.
She
Okay,
was
Miss
like
Secondary Location.
pretty
This isn't about me.
legitimate. Fine to me. I don't know what the problem is.
And your insight is impeccable. This is
Yes.
proven to be. Because that's what you came to me for help.
I
with.
know exactly what that lady in the tavern wants to do because I could see it. And I talked to Egg, and she told me exactly what she desires, and now I know what she wants to do. And
All right, I'll offer you a challenge. You've spent many months by my side, Olivia. What do I want?
it hasn't been that long.
Been a couple months.
Close to 2, I think.
Yeah.
You want people to do what you want.
It's not my greatest desire, though.
I guess. Well, I think I already told you wanted power. Didn't I say that once? I think I said that once. Maybe I said it in my head. I might have said that in my head.
All right, let's go find this Stephen Binney, and then you can. Do you want some paper? Maybe writing it out would help.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm just gonna pull out our journal. with a pen and just here.
Do you still need me to come? I guess
If
I
you'd
could
like me to
write.
come along.
You can come right back here after, and we can.
Yeah, we'll
Welcome to
come right
something
back
else.
here.
edging
Okay.
towards the
And leave
door,
me
backing
alone.
away.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay. You make your way out back onto the streets, leaving behind your. Did you actually make the pillow fort thing?
Yes.
Okay. So Claire, as you step out of this, it collapses.
It stays up on its own somewhat too.
Yeah,
I don't
the
think
pillow fort does. The
We
tiny
didn't
hut
do
goes
the tiny
away.
hut yet, though.
No, I
Okay.
haven't
Oh,
done
no,
tiny
no,
hut
no.
yet.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. That would have been hilarious.
That's later.
That's later. Okay. You step back out into the city as it is, the noise just washes over you as you leave behind your little bungalow, and you make your way back up onto the streets. There are watch members everywhere, and because of this, it's really easy to find where you're supposed to go. All Olivia has to do is grab a watch member and ask for directions. Unless you want to take a different approach. I don't want to assume on what you're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems fine.
so you easily get directions out towards the ranger station, which is close to the edge of the town. So it's a good 20 or 30-minute walk. Navigating your way through the city, bumping into people, and otherwise just enjoying the fact that the city is so alive, maybe. Or maybe not enjoying it. You pass by a casino. You pass by some blacksmiths who have apprentices out shouting about fixing armor or selling sharpened swords and things like that. Several general stores. You pass by what looks to be a brand new magic shop offering. There's a barker out in front offering protection against the undead, as well as the things that the list is basically things that go bump in the night. And you make your way to the edge of the town where there is a two-story building with a tall on the back of it is a tall watchtower that goes up probably a good 80-100 feet. And there's you can see there's a lantern up there, and there's a couple people milling about, and you get the sense that this can just sort of see out over both the water and the city, and keep an eye on it in case a fire breaks out. Especially in a town that is basically their industry is coal, dealing with fire quickly is a good idea. And you right next door to this building is a bar. And there are people coming in and out of the bar, and you were told that at this late at night he's probably not in the watchtower. He's probably at the bar immediately next door. And so you stand in front of these two buildings. What would you like to do?
Did we maybe get a description of him?
Sorry, something in my throat. You were told that he is a older human, roughly 50 years old. But don't comment on his age, and he's about 5'9" and rather muscular. Has a well-trimmed, tightly trimmed gray beard, and he always is wearing these very thick glasses.
All right, I guess we'll just go to the bar then. If that's where he's more likely to be.
Yeah. Okay. You step into the bar called the Assassin and the Pleasure, and there are tons of people just milling about, watch members. Their uniforms look different than a lot of the people who are out on the street. These are particularly rangers. This bar seems to cater to the rangers who patrol this area. Although as you look, there's like these two stories to this bar, and at the going up and down the stairs right on the outside of the bar is regular civilians. And when you get inside, you can see up there, you can see some ladies who are milling about in the crowd, and there seems to be a second business that runs off of the top of this, one that is more about providing comfort and pleasure. And as you sort of enter, you can hear a man talking very loudly to a table of people, and he's well into his cups as it is getting close to 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And as you sort of draw your attention drawn over there, this is the person you're probably looking for. He has the attention of several people around, and he's telling a story as you sort of walk up to him. He's telling a story about how he almost drowned, and if it wasn't for the fact that he carried a knife with him to cut his armor off, he would have drowned. And he's just in the middle of this waving his arms around, and and as he sees you guys approach, he sort of stops.
Mr. Benny?
Mister. Yeah, that's me, Mr. Benny. That's what people call me. Sergeant Benny. How can I help you?
We wanted to report to you about some owlbears.
Owlbears? Yeah. I know there's some owlbears out on the road.
There was one Private Keen who was searching for them.
How is that old so-and-so? I haven't seen him in quite some time. He was supposed to be here a week or two ago.
He hit his head real hard and forgot everything about his life.
Yeah,
So
That sounds like Private Keen.
So we took him home to his wife, and
He's married? Oh, what do you know?
my
yes.
confidence is not going up.
Um, well, we found the owlbears, and we were told to report to you. I'll tell him roughly where we last saw them.
Fair enough.
South down the road.
I gave you a number.
okay.
I gave you a camp number.
Yeah, you did.
13.
So here's the fantastic thing. If you said that with confidence, I would have just been like, sure, that sounds about right. Because I don't remember what camp number I gave you.
I mean, I was saying that quietly because I didn't want.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about the owlbears? What kind of condition were they in? Are they aggressive? Are they hurting people? What's going on?
They were pets, it seems. They had collars on. We
I
had
pull out the
yeah.
ankle chains and leather
They
strap.
were an unusual kind of owlbear. Well then,
Golden owlbears out there?
yes.
That's illegal. That's very illegal. Well, I'm glad you let us know. We'll go out there and we'll scoop them up, transport them out
They
to.
have collars on them still. Like
Yeah,
neck
we got
collar.
one of their collars on as proof, but
We will. We'll take care of that. That's just not right. You shouldn't be. You know what's funny about training owlbears? To not run away. You know, people get them when they're young and they throw those chains around their ankles and nail it into the ground. He takes another swig of his ale. And that's how you train an owlbear not to get away. You do it when it's young, and then it pulls on that chain and pulls on that chain, and it can't break free. And then it grows up and it gets really, really strong, and it could just snap the chain anytime it wants. But it won't, because for the longest time it had this chain on its leg and it couldn't get away. So you just it has it in its mind that it can't break the chain.
All
Same
right,
thing we
Benny,
do.
Is there anything else we need?
How would you like to make 150 gold?
Is this a reward for the owlbears, or is this something else?
Well, I gotta go catch them. You guys look like you're able to interact with them at least and remove those chains. So if you help me catch them, I'll give you 150 gold.
We'll do it
No.
on our way back.
Oh no, leaving tomorrow morning.
No, we don't have time for that then. We're going elsewhere. We're moving on.
I have a whistle. It's just a whisper to Katie.
Isn't it?
He doesn't know that.
Can you wait a few days?
Wait a few days. There's owlbears on the road, possibly attacking you. I'm sorry, no, I can't wait a few days. Especially since the information might be old by the time we get out there. If there's a few days.
They were
We're-
very
we're-
food motivated. You could just use that.
Yes, they were very food.
Good.
motivated. They were.
That makes sense, especially if they're.
Parts to get at food, and we lured them away with that.
They're
Yeah, well,
babies.
at some point they'll end up attacking a person, and then they'll realize that they can actually hurt people, and then so we have to get on that while they're still just chewing carts up.
And what do you do with them?
We'll knock them out. We have tranquilizers. We'll put them under, load them into some carts, take them out to the Golden Mountains, and drop them off in a cave.
Shouldn't we get like some kind of thing for giving you the information?
That's fair. That's fair. He turns to a guy who's been sitting quietly next to him, who's already has something in his hand. He picks it up. Yeah, he throws it towards you. 10 gold. Thank you very much for that information. Wait, you're a member of the Watch. You shouldn't be getting a reward. He reaches up to take it back.
Mag just like, wait, I'm not a member of the Watch.
She just helped us find you.
Oh, well, good for you. Why don't you join us for a drink?
I have paperwork.
Ah, screw paperwork. That'll always wait till tomorrow.
Did he give the 10 gold to Magda or did he take it back?
No, he didn't. He wasn't fast enough. He's drunk. He's like, yeah,
Okay, so Magda did.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. Add 10 gold to your sheet.
Oh, she's holding on to it for a moment.
Yeah. Well, if that's it, appreciate it. Anyway, so there it was. Underwater. Breath was running out.
Backing up.
Yeah, we're leaving. As soon as we're out the door, Magda will put the 10 gold back in Olivia's hand.
Okay.
Wait, why? No.
He gave it to you?
No, he didn't. He said I couldn't have it because I'm a wash member, so...
And then I took it and I'm giving it back to you. So, let's go.
What do I...
It's money, Olivia. You'll spend it somewhere.
I know what money. I'm just like, okay, fine.
Come on.
No.
How's your thinking coming?
She's been like mumbling to herself the whole time there.
Has she been writing in the journal?
She like sometimes like scribbles something down and then normally like furiously crosses it out, and then like we'll continue. You're gonna be missing so many pages.
Oh, if Magda can get that journal back before she rips it out, she will.
Okay, we'll see. It's fine. It's fine. Not done yet though. It'll be fine.
Do you need some
Alright.
alone time?
No, I just need like we'll just get back and then I'll be like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. I think.
Yeah, you can go sit. We'll sit in the mattress fort. And then
I'll come in and then when I'm ready. Okay.
You go back to the bungalow? It's gonna stay that way. I get to determine it. Let me have my simple pleasures. You make your way back to the bungalow, and the sounds of the city fade behind you. There's a small fire going in the central heating, keeping the air nice and warm as the city fades behind you.
Gotta make a mattress for it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I kind of want to have rolls for this.
Hi, let's have a mattress fort. That's fine.
You have a mattress for it. It's gonna end up being a mattress for it. Okay, yeah, 8
Roll
mattresses.
for it.
Oh, yeah, all right.
We can use like the bed frames and keep
Yeah.
it like stable. Yeah.
Works for me. You make yourself a mattress for it. What does it look like?
A mattress for it.
It looks like a mattress for it.
Yeah.
We've got a nice layer.
Got a couple as a roof, kind of like leaned up, and then we drape some blankets over it to make like a tent opening, and then pile some pillows and other blankets in there.
Okay. One big fort.
Yeah.
I can make some lights.
Yes.
I'm gonna take off my bracelet and let my.
Oh.
I
Describe that, because I don't think anyone knows what that does.
No, it's my first time getting to use it. Claire's got like a little bead bracelet on her wrist, and she pulls it off and unclasps it and starts just like flicking some of the beads off, and they start floating and just starting to orbit and shedding just a little bit of light, like it's like a little solar system.
That's lovely.
It's a gift.
Okay. Like a few minutes go by, you guys in there, and then Olivia's like mumbling, and then you hear a little bit of ripping and some crumpling, and then a little bit more writing.
Olivia,
Huh?
how's it going?
I'm okay. I think I'm done.
Here,
Uh,
can I have my journal back?
no, I need it to read.
All right. Very well.
Okay. She like comes into the mattress fort, and everyone's sitting, and then she stands up fully because she's short enough to be able to stand up and not hit her head. She looks down. Okay. All right. So, as you may know, I am a watch member.
What?
Yes. Okay. Just sorry. Try not to like talk too
She
much.
worked
I
really
need you.
hard on this.
Yeah, I need to just get it all out first, and then we can like discuss afterwards. All right. As you know, I'm a watch member. I've been trained and I've been taught ever since that I've started, for like the past 5 years, and like before even. You probably know Clara. Like I used to like follow them around, like the watch members, around the streets, because there's nothing to do in that fucking attic, and wherever the watch were, there's usually something interesting going on. So then I'd like watch and anyway. And what I understood, even then, was that there was always a leader, somebody commanding, somebody making decisions, telling people what to do, somebody respected. I might not have known why there was one back then, but once I got into the watch and I experienced what it was like, and I went into the field and trained, and I figured it out. I figured out why a commander was necessary. And it's because when you're in the middle of a fight, consequences like catching the bad guy or letting him go, getting caught, or freedom, life and death, you can't hesitate. There's no time to stop and think and plan when you're in the middle of a battle. You can't just throw up a bunch of darkness and discuss your options. Now I know Caden, Magda's like your commander, and she isn't mine though. Clara, I don't know who you follow anymore. But I mean, I can tell you guys what I do know from what I've seen working with you for like the past few weeks, months, 2 months, I guess. Clara, you're like a super powerful wizard. I made sure a lot of people know that. You're so damn smart, and you can do detective stuff like the talking tree or whatever. Well, you said it didn't talk, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you figured it out. And you can solve problems that I can't even begin to describe. And you solve that time travel equation thing, and you travel back, like, what the fuck? So when it comes to like magic and problem solving, you're the commander, okay? Caden, you're the sneakiest motherfucker I've ever seen. Well, normally I don't see, but you're so good at that. You can change your voice and then your personality, and you can talk, and you can be anybody, and you know about the black market and the rook and all that stuff without like getting everyone mad at you and mortal enemies and stuff. Don't even get me started on your random ass magic. You can do all that. Anyways, when it comes to like subtlety and underworld stuff, you're the commander. Magda, you're good at people. You can talk to people and people don't get mad. People just like you. You don't need to ask people what they desire, you just know. And I think you could walk into a room and you'd know who everybody was, like not just their name, but like who they are as people and stuff. And you do those really deadly like magic blasts. That's cool too. So when it comes to like people and manipulation, you're the commander. Then there's Olivia. That's me. I just figured out how to do my magic stuff, and I can barely even do it. I control it. I don't even understand what I'm doing, and like, I guess I might not be like the sharpest sword on my back, you know. And I can't sneak. She says as her armor clinks around. She kind of stands in the thing. I'm like not the most subtle person on Nuri, and with like every interaction that I've had in the underworld hasn't super gone as planned. You know, the thing with like, I don't know, that Sally Sherman guy. And I can't talk. I piss people off and say the wrong things, and I don't understand people, and I don't understand what they want, and I need to use a fucking cantrip to get people to be my friend. But I know the watch, I know drills, I know training, I know strategy, I understand battle. The watch is my thing, so let me help you with my thing. The battlefield is where I'm the commander. That's like all I wrote down. I guess dismissed. Like that's it. I just. Oh shit! Oh my god! No, I got that one. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Well, thank you for your speech.
Yeah.
Clara, what do they say in the watch when you accept? That's it.
Mhm.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ma'am.
Understood. Hoorah! I don't know. What do they say?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay,
She's the
point.
commander on the watch stuff.
The point is, yesterday with that thing with the raves and the guy and everything, like, you guys weren't listening. You didn't listen to what I was trying to say. I was trying to tell you that running wasn't going to work. It's not. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the people that were coming in. I knew Mead, and I knew that if we just talked to them, it would all be fine, and there wouldn't be a whole big thing. And then we were just running, and you weren't listening, and I was trying to tell you, and like it was really frustrating. But then I couldn't do anything because you can't hesitate. That's the whole point. You can't hesitate in the battle, and you need to pick who is the leader in the certain situations that they're good at. Like, that's the one thing that I'm good at, and so I needed you to like listen. I didn't know how to say the thing, but I needed you to listen.
Olivia, I will happily admit it was an error in my judgment to run last night. If you want me to be the commander of people interactions, I'll just add one thing, which is sometimes the watch is made of people too. I did not know who was coming. Sorry.
They're my people. That's the thing that I do.
Yes, they are. And I should have listened to your wisdom more on that matter. But you don't always read them as well as you think you do. So I think we should discuss it more when it comes to dealing with bureaucracy.
I know what I'm doing. It might not seem like it, but I do. At least in that sense.
Thank you for saying this. I can more readily accept your direction in those times that you are asking us to trust you. If I feel you can acknowledge those times where someone else should be giving directions as well. And you seem to be indicating that.
I will, yeah. I might have actually missed the part where I was like supposed to say that like magic and stuff. That's the Clara one. I think I missed that one, but yeah. Anyway, I can listen to you, Clara, when you want to do magic things and when you know what the magic is and when the problem solving and all that stuff. Like I will, and Caden, I'll listen to you when we're dealing with the rook and trying to be sneaky and when that's the best thing. And Magda, I'll listen to you when we're like in the middle of like talking to people, like we just went and talked to that guy. Like you did all the talking there and it worked perfectly fine. I didn't even need to be there. Like I said, it's just in that part with the wraiths and everything, that was the watch and that was Mead and that was battle and that was mine. I don't know if I said it right, but that's the best I got.
I think it was very eloquently said, Olivia. I suppose Caden and I have our reasons for not trusting people like Mead. And of course, Clara is wanted by the Ministry of Magic, and you've seen Caden and mine's magic. I don't think the Ministry of Magic would treat us kindly if they found out what we can do.
I don't understand. You just do magic and everyone else does magic.
It's not the same magic as everyone else.
Ours is weird.
Putting it lightly, but yes.
I mean, it all looks like magic to me, but
Right.
that's why that's not my thing, I guess.
I don't know that their magic is my thing either, but
It
Olivia,
is a thing.
it is a thing. Olivia, I trust you.
That's the truth.
I trust you too.
Pretty much anything. So,
I just
It
don't
may
want
take some time.
your blind faith in the Watch and the Ministry and Mead to get the rest of us in trouble.
Because it's important to note that while you are correct, you do know the Watch, and I think we can certainly keep this in mind as we move forward. I hope you can recognize, as Magda said, that there are people in the Watch. There is magic in the Watch, and there's certainly a dark underside of the Watch.
Yeah.
So, trust you to be open to our
Suggestions.
advisory in those cases.
Yeah. Yes. But
But
that's
we
the
hear you.
thing. Like, you stopped in the middle of the battle. Like, we were in the middle of a thing and we stopped and you guys wanted to, like, figure out what to do and talk about it, and we didn't have time. We just don't always have time. How do we decide who decides? Like, that's, I guess I've always had either somebody's always the one who makes the decisions, and I don't know who does that here. That's what I'm used to, and it's different. Not used to this.
And we're used to just the two of us.
Yeah, it's true. We're
In
used
fact,
to.
I never thought we'd be in a situation with more than just two of us.
And we're used to hiding from these types of people rather than confronting them, basically.
It's a very good point. Our entire world has revolved around just the people and the underbelly of things. The Watch and the magic. They're both very new.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Well, I guess we just gotta do some training, maybe. I think. Is that what we need? How do we do that, though?
Rest first.
Yeah,
I
but
suppose some training or practice, keeping it in mind.
I think less physical training and more understanding
Yes.
each other's strengths and weaknesses.
And we might want to have a discussion about precarious situations that we're in. If I want to trust you to deal with the Watch, but I need to know that you're going to be able to effectively protect Caden and I and Clara from them. And in that regard, we might need to talk about some things. And I'm gonna make eye contact with Caden.
well, I'm gonna protect Claire. That's obvious. But I mean, yeah, you guys are we're hanging out a lot now, and I protect the people that I am with, that are close to me and shit. It's what I do. It's like my job. So.
And you're very good at it at combat. I would like to talk to Caden for a moment, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh,
I'm gonna tug Olivia to just sit down with me.
oh, okay.
Next to
We're
me.
gonna pull Caden outside and away
Yeah,
from
we
the
gotta go
bungalow so
outside.
they can't
Yeah.
so they can't hear us through the walls.
Okay. So you step outside and you're actually quite close to the shore, and so you walk down the stairs to get away from all the bungalows because there's several of them up there, and now you're on the shoreline, and it's not like a beachy shoreline; it's a stone shoreline, and the waves are just softly lapping up against the rocks, and you find a large rock that you can sit down on and have a chat, and you're pretty much, I don't know if you guys are looking around to see if you're alone, but nobody else has followed you. You are looking around. Go ahead and give me a perception check then.
It would be as well.
Okay.
His thing. But not very well tonight.
Right, I'm trying to get to my sheet. Being a little dumb. There we go. Ooh,
Oh.
Magda's not either.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys just glance around real
Oh,
quick,
too
and
deep in
there's
thought.
and nobody followed you. Like you can see that there's no people here at least. Who knows if there's anything else? And so you are alone.
How much do you trust Claire and Olivia?
For every secret I keep buried in the back of my head, or every rumor you keep locked away behind your tongue, I'm sure they have one as well.
Certainly.
What that means is I trust them to protect themselves. Do I believe Olivia when she says she takes care of those people who are with her? Yes. Do I also feel like it's more difficult to protect people you don't know anything about? Yes. Because you don't know what your weaknesses are.
Agreed. So I guess the question becomes, are we going to stick with them? Because I think at this point, keeping everything secret is going to make it more difficult in the long run.
So what's the alternative? We tell them everything?
Maybe not everything, but about our magic. I'll leave your past up to you. But
I
there's
know everything I know.
I meant the school and all of that. But everything else probably would be important for them to know if we want to trust Olivia and promise to deal with the watch. And also, it should note we'll still have to help her along in places. But
Yeah.
I think it's nice having them around.
Surprisingly, for the first time, I think it's safer too. We've been finding things that are bigger than the two of us. And I've been glad for their company.
Agreed.
Egg too. Surprisingly.
Ag too. Well. How are you feeling about Olivia's speech, just in general?
Well said. Probably the most complete sentences I've heard her say without hitting something in between or something.
This is true. I'm still a little worried about that tea she's drinking, but
Magda, I'm sorry. Olivia was talking about commanders, and she is very right that you are mine. And I have recently, on a few occasions, kind of forgotten that. Or I
Kaden.
don't know, just the owlbears. I don't know what it
No.
is. Something about those colors on them has been sitting in my mind ever since we saw it, and I can't seem to let it go. I apologize for that outburst.
No
Olivia's reminder was
apology.
good.
I'm your friend. I always will be. Do you want to go back for the Owlbears? I did not think it was as important as it was, but we can. As Ag has said, we're not on a time limit. We can go back for them tomorrow morning.
That guy was drunk and he didn't make any jokes about skinning them, eating them, anything. I'm okay. I think we saw him probably at his worst, and he didn't say anything. He seemed genuinely interested in releasing them somewhere.
I think he is trustworthy in that regard. They will be taking them somewhere. Somewhere they belong to be.
I don't usually care about animals, but something about I don't know if it's because they they understood me. I'm sure it was the colors. Anyways.
Wow. Magda's gonna kind of open her arms for a hug.
Thank you. Okay, no. Lean in, head down on her shoulder, just like big sigh. Thanks.
All right. Let's go share some secrets.
For you.
Gonna go back to the bungalow.
Okay.
And
You
step
walk in
into
and you
the-
see Clara just sitting there reading a book, leaning shoulder to shoulder with Olivia, who is sharpening and polishing one of her swords.
I'm just gonna step into the fort and sit down. I'm sure you've already guessed this, but we've not been entirely forthright about some things. And it's probably time we told you. Namely, about our magic. Because that is currently the most precarious thing?
Okay.
Kaden and I were born without magic.
That's how most wizards are, right?
No, didn't you have an exam when you were 11 to 13 and they asked you to touch the weave?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wait, what? You didn't have anything?
Yes, we had that exam and neither of us, well, I remember it and I couldn't see the weave at all.
Well, that was kind of like our brother, but like he figured it out eventually, I think, right, Clara? You're muted.
Sorry, you're muted.
They had to. They came for him to teach him.
Yeah, I think then they said he figured it out, and then it was okay. You guys obviously figured it out too.
Did they come for you?
No. We did not figure it out. Around 3 months ago, we came across a magical artifact of marble. It was the thing you saw us hand over to the rook. And it, granted us magic. By means neither of us know or understand.
You just gave that to the rook?
It was his originally. We stole it from him.
A moment of weakness. You should
A
know,
lot was happening.
That magical artifact is not some newly found thing. I think while it's been known that it had magical properties, nobody knew what it did. No one could make it do anything. It was more kept as an artifact from before the wall.
How did you
It
know
didn't
he
seem
had
to
it?
do
It's
anything.
from Anthony, if you'll remember him. He said he had a dream about it, or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it gave you magic.
Gave me a really weird fucking dream, and I woke up with magic.
How did they not find you two when you failed the exam?
Oh, well. For me, my family is very rich. And, sending me off to
We know.
with strangers.
The tracks.
My family was not going to do it, so they sent me away themselves.
Like, what is
Okay.
away?
Yeah,
There was there's a mansion we have where it's mine now. Far in the west by the wall that no one had lived in for years, and they sent me there and told me to stay there.
Okay, one, you own a mansion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Two, what did you do?
I stayed there. They
How'd you
hired
end up here?
tutors, and I lived there far away from wherever society could judge my family for having a daughter with no magic. At least until I turned 17 and I stabbed a man in the thigh, and they decided that was a problem.
Did you deserve it?
He did.
Okay. Fine. Caden, if you failed your exam, to me your family wasn't rich.
I assume I failed my exam. I don't remember it.
Did you
This-
step go for roll or?
Huh. If only. Maybe I did. You mentioned your brother didn't have magic, and then people came and took him, and then at some point, you were told he had his magic and he was taken somewhere. Know that this information don't mean to hurt you by it. Presumably, when my family, whoever they are, put me forward for the test and I did not have the skill to touch the weave and conjure any magic, 11, 12, 13, don't know exactly, I was taken as well. I can't say if this happens to everyone, but I can tell you it happened to many students who I lived with. I was told to pick a name. Very quickly, my past disappeared. I don't remember. There were rituals. We lived in a dormitory. We did schooling. My past, I don't remember it. And I'm very, very certain it was because of something that happened there at the school. I don't mean that as in some sort of traumatic thing caused me to forget. What I mean is I believe there was something they did at the school to me intentionally, along with probably everyone else, to remove our family, our early years from our memory. Collars were put on us to mark us.
Everyone without magic gets this little. She'll pull the ribbon from her armor. Lovely little collar. It has some unique properties designed to protect us. It essentially repels magic.
That's
What do
something
you
you
do?
give a soldier.
Hmm?
That's something you give a soldier.
Yeah.
Something you arm children with who you want to train. That's where I met Magda. Ironically, her mansion bordered on the wall of our school. And much like we find ourselves today, we found a hole in the wall. Much smaller wall.
Do they know your school?
Do they know
Wait.
what?
Wait, what?
It's good. Just remembering some things.
What? Wait, no. So then, wait. How did Caden leave the school though? Did you just go and then? Do you graduate the school?
The school burned down.
Memory. I can talk. There's alcohol. It's fine.
What? Something is happening and I'm missing it.
No,
The school burned down. And Caden was forcibly relocated. And I did not see him again for about 10 years. We did not see each other for 10 years.
Hmm.
So I started work at the palace. And then I found him again.
Where did you go, Caden?
I was taken for training. Further stuff that would make me valuable in the circle, such as the Rook. I did a lot of, which is when Magda found me, I did a lot of, my title would usually be called a handler. I essentially a glorified bodyguard, bookkeeper, scout, gopher, or someone of importance.
Why would they train people for years and years and years to be a bodyguard, like, and I don't.
Loyalty.
I
A
guess
very skilled bodyguard.
Claire, what happened to Henry?
Sounds like he forgot us.
Is that your brother?
Likely.
Yes. But they said he died, so though if that's true or not, we don't know.
It's hard to know.
If you pick a
What if he
name,
died in a fire?
I'm under the impression that our school was one of a few, at least. I got inklings that there were others. How many, I don't know. Where, I don't know. I don't know.
I tried to track down more information about the organization and the people behind it. Other schools are like beating my head against a brick wall. In the end, I decided to focus on finding Caden.
I guess. Then Henry might be alive then. That'd be good.
but he might not know who we
I
are.
can't guarantee anything. It's probably a lie that he died over the wall, but whether he is out there and they didn't want you looking for him, or if he died under other means, I couldn't tell you.
What's important to note from this tale of woe is that our origins, both of our magic and who we are, is not one that usually ends up with this collar off of our necks.
This
And
is
so-
very true.
When we are dealing with people in the Watch,
We
or
all
the Ministry of
know
Magic,
that generally magic that does not come from the gods is considered evil, wrong. I don't know if this magic came from the gods. I really don't.
I
I'm
could
not
attempt to find
interested in
out.
them finding out.
Well, they don't have to find out, but we could.
We could. Hopefully, maybe one day we will. But I definitely don't want them finding out.
No.
Well, wait, though. But you said that Anthony told you about the orb, and Anthony was like a champion of a god. So what if it's just like, I don't know, like maybe god stuff? Maybe it's like leftover god stuff?
And that is certainly what I will tell anyone else who asks. But I don't know the truth.
I'll admit, when Anthony, the situation with Anthony was complicated and layered. And getting away from him for a bit was important for Magda and I to understand and learn how to use our magic. And this is the first time that the two of us have been we're not reporting to anyone. I mean, Magda hasn't, well, you did. I don't know how to describe it. When you're wearing that collar, you never truly feel like your own agent. This is new.
I don't understand that.
Any other questions?
Oh, a lot, but I
Hmm.
don't think now is the best time for that. There's a lot to think about. But thank you for telling us.
Can we?
It seemed necessary.
Wait
I
a
hope-
second.
Hmm?
Like, finish what, Caden?
I just hope that it adds some understanding as to why we are so cautious when it comes to authority. Those who might take this newfound freedom and choose to revoke it. So,
It is worth noting, even though I technically have this medallion saying I can cast second level spells, there is paperwork out there somewhere that says I do not have magic.
Yeah.
I don't want that paperwork found.
Okay. You said earlier, you asked me earlier if, like, I'd, like, protect you and stuff. Like, what about the other way around? You guys have all this crazy stuff going on, and you've been having problems with authority and working for yourselves. Like, you have no reason to be around us, and I need to protect the people that I'm close to. I don't want you to hurt them.
I have made sure, we both have made sure, we've never had problems with authority before.
We've been there to help Clara. We've been trying to help Herd. We've been with you every step of the way since we met.
Yeah, but
We've made it our life's goal most of the time to be out of the limelight. Now, I recognize that that style of life is not 100% congruent with the lives that you two lead. But we wanted to be honest with you so that in those moments where we do call you Commander, Olivia, that you recognize and understand where our weaknesses are and what's at stake.
This is us placing our trust in you.
well, yeah, that changed like everything that I wrote down. Like, really disregard all of that because this is a lot. I would have to like rewrite the whole thing.
And with
Well,
that,
you can think about it overnight.
Yeah.
we're going to take our break. We're going to leave for 15 minutes, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So go ahead and grab a snack or go to the bathroom or whatever you got to do. If you do grab a snack, might I recommend some vegetables? And we'll see you in 15 minutes. Greetings. Welcome back. Delicious water. I've just run out. Should have filled that up. But we're back with the revelations of Magda and Caden to Clara and Olivia after Olivia gave a compelling speech.
Stirring.
And a stirring, encouraging talk, as a good commander would do. As the party sits around inside the bungalow, they have their mattress fort, and they're inside a bungalow, inside a mattress fort. They are inside the mattress fort, chatting. We'll pick up there.
Do you have any questions?
So many, but currently too many to figure out just one to ask.
You can ask multiple. We're going to be traveling together for a while longer, I hope.
And as much as Egg has been a surprisingly enjoyable companion to travel with, I'm not sure we want to tell her everything.
It's fair.
What did they teach you at the school, Caden? Like, just fighting?
Spelling, writing. But eventually, yes, it was, from what I understand, not a traditional school experience. I can give you an example. I can remember a few classmates stealing from one of our teachers. And I can remember us hiding it. I don't even remember what it was. Something trivial. Probably food. And when we were caught, because we always seemed to be caught, we were not at all chastised for stealing. We were chastised for being caught. Or we were chastised for not following the one who was oldest. Or we were chastised for not betraying the other three sooner. It depended on the teaching they seemed to get across. I understand that that's not how most schools work.
Well, depends on the school.
The point, from what I can tell from my placement in the world at some point, was that there is a certain worth to having property that can't hurt you, people who can't hurt you. If you have magic and you are a wealthy person who wishes to take a bath one night and doesn't want to have to worry about what magical powers do my servants have, there is something safe about knowing your trusted closest servants can't do anything to hurt you. That you hold that power and they do not.
If they were training a whole bunch of servants, like slaves, basically, why would they encourage stealing? Why would they want their slaves to know how to steal and to lie and betray?
Because the other side of these schools is that we were undocumented or unknowns. Our families may remember us, but we don't remember them. We have new names. we also wear a color that makes us not as detectable sometimes by certain magic.
It repels magic to a certain extent. It makes it easier to slip past barriers. Harder for your mind to be read. For things to be found out.
Went to spy school. Whoa.
The initial school was, in a sense, a traditional school. I know much of what I learned was mirrored in the tutors that Magda had. As time progressed, they seemed to section us off, depending on our skill sets. Natural, I suppose.
Would you remember the people that you went to school with if we saw them?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to school with a half-Eladrin boy?
I didn't mean elf. Yes.
Yeah,
Eladrin. I don't know. I didn't know much about Eladrins until you two have described it.
I imagine that information would have been scraped from him.
Right. Did you ever get sent out on like a mission or anything, or is it just school and then the palace?
Yeah, I was sent on missions. Yeah.
Did you ever kill anybody?
I mean, killing is not the best way to stay below the radar. And that leaves a trail. That leaves a hole. A hole that needs to be patched up or explained away.
Who knows about these schools?
I have no idea.
I tried to
Be
find
honest.
out, and I had little success.
Well, you remember your teachers, right?
Some, if I remember correctly, they rotated through. There's some I think I remember some.
It is also hard to know how many of them died in the fire. It's possible none. Possible many.
Yeah. Well, these things, taking kids and teaching them how to be rogues, it's not right. You gotta stop that, I guess.
It certainly is.
Look, Olivia, this comes back to my mention earlier of the watch will have its own dark side. There
is
orchestrate
no
this.
way for these institutions to exist without friends or perhaps even founders in a very high places in the government and the watch and the Ministry of Magic and all of it.
What watch is only like it's just like a little bit. We're working on it. It's just we have some people get.
It's certainly not a little bit, Olivia.
Maybe.
Look, we're not saying that the watch is all bad or something. Not at all. You are a great example of a good watch member.
Damn right.
But we are always hesitant because it's impossible to know.
As you finish that sentence, you hear coming down the step, "Your world is on fire. We're gonna blow it down."
That sounds like Ag.
I can't get in the tiny hut. Because she wasn't there when it was cast.
You say that as the door just burst open. How are you doing?
She can't see we have the tent.
Yeah.
I can't tell her.
And she goes and just dives into the tent.
Just
And
hits
But
it.
tiny hut.
Oh, ow, Ag, warn me next time.
Oh.
Uh,
that is hard. Holy shit.
yeah, that's what it feels like when you're not in the circle. Gonna give me a headache, Ag.
Knock, knock.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to dispel it to let her in.
No, you say, "Who's there?" Knock, knock.
Dag, would you like a mattress?
Oh, I would love one, thank you.
Magnus is gonna shove one out of the tiny hut.
Wait, you said you
I'd
gave
like
the
it.
sword.
Go to sleep, Bag. You're very drunk.
You know, your eyelids just slide like so smoothly across your eyes when you close them.
Yep.
That's exactly right, Ag. Just
think
practice
about
that
those eyes,
a little bit longer.
rest on the mattress.
It's really hard to fall asleep when you're drunk.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
I was down by the river throwing rocks in. You know that the rocks that I threw into the river, I might be the last person to ever touch those rocks.
You may be.
Does it matter if someone touched the rocks?
Well, no, I'm
Most
just
rocks
thinking
aren't
about
touched.
it. That's another interesting thought. Like, in all the rocks in the world, 20 of them are actually touched. Do rocks like hugs?
Clara,
Yeah.
do you want to go like get a churro or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Welcome to the mattress fort, Haggis. We are.
As you leave, you hear behind you, the tallest person in the world has experienced every other person's height.
Enjoy that, Kate and Magda. Just enjoy it.
Thank
I
you.
decided you're a bad person, Clara.
You should have realized that sooner.
Trust revoked.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. We'll earn it back tomorrow.
No, what are we talking about?
Can I cast sleep on Ag?
But you were talking about the tallest man in the world, weren't you?
I can cast
Sure, you
sleep on her
can
as we
sleep on
go.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll sleep. I'm curious if you'll roll high enough for hit points. You only need to roll 37.
No, I'm rolling hold on. How many? I'm looking at
Yeah,
my
you can
spells.
cast it at like third level if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it at second level.
37 is what you got to beat. Meet or beat.
Oh god, I have to cast it on the map. 5d8. Ah!
Oh,
Can I
has she
reroll that
lost
last?
any hit points from drinking too much? Did she fall down somewhere?
Yeah.
Can I-
Fall
Reroll a
downstairs.
d20 and find out if she did.
Yeah.
Roll me a d20. Hold on before you do that. Roll me a acrobatics for Ag off of her sheet there for Clara. You have her
With
sheet.
disadvantage because she's drunk.
Sure.
Wait. Can I use my portent?
Yes.
I've got a 9.
So she did fall down the stairs at some point and took 1d6 damage. No, 2d6. I'll go with 2d6 because you spent a portent on it. She took 10
Yeah.
We are bad
Oh,
people.
yeah.
We are bad people.
just-
She turns to you, Clara, and she starts to like, or Magda, and she starts to like roll up on the mattress, and she's like, you know, your skull doesn't really have facial expressions; you just move flesh around it. And as she says that, she just say it like this, like, and just falls asleep, snoring.
Magda will
Yeah.
make sure she's like nicely tucked in on her mattress.
Okay, she
Yeah.
is
Leave her.
okay.
Olivia spent her dice. Did Olivia like trip her or something? Oh no.
You spent your dice literally just to hurt Ag.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I did.
So she go to sleep. That's all right. I only had one more of those sayings, so
It's fine.
It's fine. I did you a solid.
All right.
Clara and Olivia head out to get a churro.
Yeah.
That's a thing now in this world.
Mhm. Fantasy
Yeah.
churros.
They have churros.
It's a specialty late night snack. That's what 7-Eleven
I want
around here.
churros
Is.
so badly.
I don't know. I heard somebody say it today, and now I'm like, that's what I need. So that's what Olivia.
But you could have them delivered in DC.
Not right now. They're on lockdown. Maybe some other day.
So-
Are you RPing this churro, or are you just that's it?
We get the churro.
Get the churro.
Yeah, it's perfectly crispy, perfectly cinnamony. Like it's the best churro you've ever had. 1 copper a piece. They're a foot long each.
This is a good churro.
Yeah, were we just getting churros? Was this just to get churros?
Well, partially I was kind of hungry because the stew was kind of bad.
Yeah.
But also, what happened just now?
Yeah. I don't know if I would rather our brother somehow be alive and brainwashed and possibly some weird servant, or himself but dead.
Having trouble hearing you with the churro in your mouth. Can you move your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm like happy because I'm like, oh wow, we can see Henry. I mean, he was so sweet. I don't understand how he could be some kind of like soldier now. It's not him.
I mean, if he forgot all about us, then
I guess. We need to find him.
yeah. Olivia, I need to tell you something, and this might have to do with I could potentially look.
Oh no! Did you go to like some weird school? Like I know we had a few years, but
No. I went to a normal wizard school.
okay.
Actually, that didn't turn out so great for me. It's fine. I went to wizard school. No, you've been there.
Yeah, I know, but like everyone's saying strange things, and like I'm a little thrown off. Okay.
I do not have some secret dark school.
Okay. Well then, I'm sure what you have to say is gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be just fine. I've been talking to the Rook.
Like, how? Why?
Magic.
Oh, that's incredibly dangerous. Like, Caden told us like how incredibly dangerous like his underling was. Clara. Oh my
I have
god, are you
been
getting another
warned
boyfriend?
multiple
Clara. I
No!
already said Clara. What?
Oh my god. I have never wanted to cast a forget spell on you so badly.
Don't.
No. I'm not going to. I tried to give you this information. No, I spoke with Sherman before he left. Just know some things about the Rook now. It's fine. But he could potentially be of great help in, the whole being a potential outlaw thing. But if you might know anything about these schools.
Yeah. That's good. Like, yeah. How much, like, did you tell him? Because he's so, like, you just gotta be careful.
We've had a very vague conversation that is, a little bit of a playful back and forth.
Yeah, he's weird to talk to. Okay.
Yeah, he's very strange to talk to.
Yeah.
I am gonna have to offer him something in order to get some of his help, but could get some of his help, and that
Yeah.
could potentially lead us to, I don't know, a name, a location, being able to find. And I know there's some magic that could possibly help us with that, but I have no idea how to cast any of that yet. I could find out, but I'm going to need some assistance on that front.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I have a lot of things to do as well. Like, I got everything with Terry that I got to take over all that, and then I plan on building a whole bunch of stuff, and then now we have to get rid of all these schools. So, like, there's a lot on our plate. So we maybe need his help, but
I just
we
wanted
got-
to let you know that's a thing. I don't know how Magda and Caden would react to that. So
that's true.
I wanted you to know.
Thanks for
We're
telling me.
talking
Maybe like we should
battle
say that's fair.
commander.
Yes, but then, like I said, like Kane's the he does that stuff. So then maybe he should have known about that
I
one.
think Caden might try and stab me again if I tell him that I've been talking to the Rook.
Again?
There's been multiple stabbings. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about multiple things.
It, seems to be the theme of the evening, Olivia.
Yes, does. Okay, so
If you think I should tell
How-
them, I can tell them.
yes, I think since they like gave us like their entire life story, maybe we should, let them know that we were talking to like the Rook, who they stole from and have like a big thing with. Like,
Yes. You make valid points.
also, is it okay to be around them? Are they dangerous? Do we trust these people?
Olivia, you literally smoke and create duplicates of yourself,
That's fine.
and I can alter time.
Yes.
So, in turns, and like, Magda's very good at the blasting, and I honestly don't know exactly what it is that Caden's magic does.
Not
The
everything.
questions for later, because it seems to be new things.
Anyway.
Yeah, very interesting. So, like, not any more dangerous than you or I.
Yes, but what if like they turn on us and Caden was talking about how he's like so sneaky, and then what if this is all an act and he's actually like a different person and his voice isn't actually his voice?
This is why I asked you if I should tell them about the Rook.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So I'm just saying, how much should they've trusted us with secrets? That's good. It's good to finally know. But
Okay.
they've known a lot more about us from the get-go than we've known about them.
Yes, frankly, they know like our mom and stuff, which is like, wow. So
To be fair, Mom knows a lot of people.
yeah, that's true.
So
Okay.
I am
This is
just
gonna be-
asking.
This is gonna be a crazy suggestion. What if we're like honest and they're honest, and then we just tell and we're just like honest together?
Does that work?
I don't know. It seems like the most straightforward option, which is kind of my preference. Because all this intrigue is getting a little overwhelming.
Yeah. Sure. Yes. Good.
Also, you can like, you can trust me too, and maybe you don't need to like talk to the Rook behind my back and stuff. That's a
It
little.
wasn't really behind your back. I just didn't get a chance to tell you guys that that's what I was doing. That was seemed very time sensitive to get someone with our backs who could actually stand up to the ministry. So
Okay, so we're working with the Rook now. So the whole thing about
I
me, my
haven't made a
command.
deal yet.
Okay,
I'm working on a deal.
right. Oh, so you're making the deal without everybody?
I'm working on it. I haven't made a deal yet.
Okay.
We have to go back to he wants to meet when we go back to the city. I was gonna tell you guys, or just gonna
Yeah.
tell you at least when I was getting back.
Right. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're being honest. Okay. So I guess we could like offer him Terry's thing once we like kind of figure that out. I don't know. I think that's more their thing. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about this.
Are we gonna trust them?
It's kind of the easiest. I mean, if they turn on us and like try to hurt you, and I will murder them, but like otherwise, I guess they're really powerful and they've been good so far, like they said. And wait, you were listening earlier. What did they say?
Yes. They talked about leaving briefly, but they decided to trust us.
Oh, sweet. All right,
And
cool.
tell us everything. So I don't know that there was a final decision about the whole staying or leaving thing. I think they were going to wait to see how this conversation played
Yeah.
out. But it's also very emotional. There was a hug. I stopped watching at a certain point.
Oh. Okay. Well, I have interacted with plenty of people in my time in the Watch, and of all the people that I've worked with and been in a battalion with and everything, they are the easiest to work with. So, and they actually seem to be able to stand me, which is really positive. So, yeah, I think
That's a
I'm
mark
okay
in
with
their
it.
favor.
Yeah. I mean, wait, why are you asking? Why do you keep? What about you?
What about me?
Well, what do you think? What was your opinion? Do you like them? Do you trust them?
I like them. Trust is a little weird right now. So, I mean, out of anyone, it's going to be you three. You're a given, but I just thought I knew a bunch of people, that I knew who they were, what they were about, not literally blew up in our faces. So
Yeah.
that's my judgment might not be the best currently.
Yeah. You pick very bad boyfriends. Anyway. Well, I guess it's okay. If you know what, I guess it's actually fine because overall, both of in the past were bad, but we dealt with it and we're all still alive. And nobody's a stone person and the wall hasn't broken yet. And in the end, Sherman is better off than he was before because he's not dealing with the town and everything. So, net positive.
Yeah, about Sherman did warn me to literally not trust anyone.
Oh,
So that was a thing. Like, don't trust
that
the
seems like
station,
a
don't trust
Sherman
the rope,
problem.
don't trust. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, that does not. It's very much a Sherman problem, but also like, I
well,
have
okay.
no reason to think he'd be lying.
I'm not saying that we were like, yeah, we're gonna work with the Rook, but I'm not saying we're gonna trust the Rook. I'm saying we trust Magda and Caden, and then we deal with the Rook.
Okay.
If that's okay with you, because like we can make the decision together, because that's what we're doing.
I'm going to let you be the commander in this situation. I think you have a good. No matter what you think, I think you have a good judge of character for people who could be potential threats.
Yes, that is true.
And I don't.
Yes, that is also true. Okay. All right.
So.
Okay. I do feel better, I think.
Sure you do.
Well, we figured it all out. We're good.
Worse.
Why?
No, let's just go back and I can reveal to them that I have been.
Oh
talking
yeah,
with
yeah. I'm sure
criminal
they'll make it
mastermind.
fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure
You
it'll be
know,
just fine.
we'll grab some churros for them, and then we can just kind of mention it as we give it to them, and it'll be like one good, one bad.
Isn't that what
got-
Bird would do for us when he messed up? And
Yeah.
he'd buy us food.
it's like when we went to we met that one time and we went to the cafe and he was like, "Hey, here's your sister. You hate her, but here's some coffee." By the way, I don't hate you anymore, so you're
That's
welcome.
good to know. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever hated you, so
Oh, I was just a little pissed off about the leaving.
totally fair.
I do
Totally
like
fair.
I don't know. I like mostly forgive you now, so it's fine.
That's very good to know. Thank you. I think let's buy Matt and Kaden some churros, and that'll smooth things right over.
Okay, you buy 2 more churros. Somebody, huh?
Just gonna get some more churros.
Okay, 2 more copper off of somebody's sheet. And you buy a couple more churros and you head back to the bungalow with the pillow fort inside.
Yep, an egg asleep and churros in hand.
Claire, are you spending the copper or am I? Because
I have no copper. I have platinum and I have gold, and that's it.
fine. I'll buy them.
I can give you a gold in
Okay.
payment. If you have copper, go for it. I will give you gold.
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I got nothing. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's like here's a gold. Here's your change, ma'am. 9 silver, and
Yeah.
99 copper.
He's so annoying. Yeah, we will return with churros.
Okay.
Hi.
Did you have a nice walk?
Yup. Absolutely.
Bro, you churros.
Got
Yeah.
churros.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Claire had something she wanted to mention.
Yeah, that was tactful. Just in the spirit of trust and honesty, should probably let you know that I've been talking to the Rook magically. Just a little bit.
What about?
Twice. Seeking some assistance from someone who actually has the power to have a little bit of say with the ministry.
So attempting to clear your name, essentially?
Or at least have, if I have to be questioned by the ministry, having someone in the room where they're not just going to whisk me away be useful.
What did you offer? What did he ask for?
We haven't made a deal. I have mentioned some information that might be of interest to him. Kept it
What
vague.
information?
Various things. I haven't decided what I'm actually going to offer him.
But
Have you mentioned anything to him specifically?
No.
He
Well, I don't
probably
think it's a
wants to
bad
see you, I
idea.
imagine.
I would like to meet alone when I get back from the city.
No.
I'm not saying that I'm going to do that, but
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he
no.
wants to.
Yeah.
As I've just revealed, Kaden and I have reasons to avoid the ministry as well. So maybe it's something we can all invest in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Claire, like, if we get him on their side, then we can deal with Terry a little bit easier and his thing. And then maybe once we have that, then we can deal with those schools. And then we can, reform the whole world.
I do think Terry is on us more than anything else. I'm
Yeah.
not sure he'll support you on that, but that's okay.
Well, I'm not asking like for his help, more like his like backing us up as far as like it's okay and everything to take it over.
Oh, I thought you received that already.
Yeah, but it's like an extra good thing. We're in like the good books.
I thought we already were in his good books. Because he was giving us jobs and things. And Kate and I discovered what his magic item did.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna butt in here to say that I've also been talking to Sherman, who says not to trust literally anyone, including the Rook.
That's a Sherman problem.
That's what
That's
Olivia
what I
said.
said. Yeah.
He seemed really
I mean,
vested in the fact that people were not to be trusted.
It's probably because what happened with his sister and stuff.
I don't know that the Rook had anything to do with that, but he very specifically told me that the Rook is not who he pretends to be, but neither are the sages. And
Yes, I would believe all of that. I think up until probably a few minutes ago, I would say the only person I really trusted in the world was Caden. And now I would like to add you two to that list. So, when Sherman says don't trust anyone, yeah. But I would like to trust you two, and I hope you can trust us as well.
I decided that I would.
I trust Olivia.
But I did say I'd kill you if you hurt her, but otherwise, yes.
I also know how to control time, so like same. But worse.
This is an unexpected amount of hostility. But
You know, just
I
lay in
am
the groundwork.
literally
But
I
that
just-
goes for anyone too. Like
I'm trying to be open and honest.
we're really
we're up and down.
we're working hard on that trust thing, huh?
I don't think
Sherman
any
was-
of us are good at trusting anyone at this point. Except
I'm
for-
trying.
Okay.
We will also try.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I'm not, I don't know. I mean, I told Claire, like, all the stuff about, like, secrets and lying and, like, it's a lot for me, so it's really much easier if I just tell you guys most of the things about, like, all the things about me, and you pretty much know everything. So yeah, I'm pretty much an open book, so we're good here.
Speaking of books.
What? Claire, you...
Just you said it. I was reminded. Look, there were just a bunch of books in the bag that we took from the wizard. I just wanted you to know that there are books in there.
Okay.
And I've
Have you tried
looked at some of
reading
them. I can't read all of them. Some of them are in weird languages, but I know some of them. Just there were books. I have them. I will read them as I understand. But if we're gonna be honest, I'm going to be forthright.
I have the magic grenade that we took from there.
Oh.
If we're being honest about things we have,
I completely forgot about that bomb, so
I have it. It's in my pack.
I feel like
Don't rummage around it too much, or you might set it off.
I wasn't planning on rummaging through your stuff, but like, good to know. And
I don't anticipate that. I don't have really anything to hide in there. I'm just warning you, like,
except a bomb.
except a bomb.
Uh,
Well, not from you, too.
No,
I'm telling
yeah.
you about the bomb.
Yeah, no, it's good. I feel like we should just get you an arsenal of those. You seem really proficient with those bombs. I'll ask Lorcan.
Just
Good.
looking.
Other friend from school with Marcus.
All right.
Rio's fights in the arena.
I've got a few sending stones, some of those beads from that guy, and I've got 2 more of those tea things. And you know, my wand stuff. I mean, if we wanted to use the sending stones, we probably could, but otherwise, yeah.
As you pull the sending stones out, one of them is blinking with a message.
I've got a message.
Do you need to step outside to take it?
Nobody told me how to use it.
Okay, so how you use the sending stone is Claire's gonna walk her through how to turn it on
Back just listening.
and check her messages.
So you check your message, and you hear the voice of Samuel coming over the. You have a price on your head, 1,500 gold pieces. Figured you'd want to know. It's a sanctioned price allowed to protect your cover.
Did we all hear that?
I think because you're helping her, yeah.
Was that little gnome? The one
Yeah.
that
The one from the
arrested
interview.
her?
Yeah. He's like my
Why is
partner.
He's your you arrested your brother, and now he's your partner.
He was my partner before he arrested Herd. but I couldn't like tell him about that because like I was undercover and everything, and so he's my undercover. So him and the Kenku are working to remove all of the corruption from the watch, and so I'm undercover helping him do that from the underworld side.
And they put a price on your head.
Yeah.
Are we all outlaws now?
Or also to answer your question, yes, Clara, I think that is correct.
Well, I have no idea since I just got the message. Can I call him back? Like how do
Yeah, you can send him.
Oh, okay.
You only have so many words.
Hello? This is Olivia, the watch person who's working with you. Why do I have a price on my head? Thank you.
Strangely polite for the content of that.
A little while later, because the message, you can only do one a day, but the message has been sitting there actually for like 2 days and you just haven't pulled your stones out of the bag.
Yes.
So, it comes back. Don't know. Someone named Terry put it on. We just allowed it to go through.
Oh.
Fucking Terry.
Fuck.
We're going to have to kill him.
Yeah. I live with him for this long, and I work with him, and I help him, and the only reason why that place is... Oh my god. Yeah.
When we get back, we'll murder Terry.
Okay.
That's the
do
best
better.
plan we've ever come up with.
Murder is back on the table.
Murder's back on the menu, boys.
Okay, well, I do need to say a bit of a thing. Like, his whole thing, like, we do need to do it subtly because it's not allowed. You know the rules with, like, killing and assassination. You need to pay to get somebody assassinated. You have to put a price on their head. It's the underworld thing. Kaden knows all about it. So if we're going to get rid of him, we need to do it from the underground, like, remove like people from his businesses, make people not have any money, kind of like crumble it from like take out the base and then the whole structure.
Could we just hire someone to do it?
It wouldn't be as fun.
I mean, like, we could very much participate, but, like,
Also,
if we need to hire someone, they could work with us to do it.
do we have the money?
I met a guy named Mikiel. He'll help us out. I think I told you guys about that.
Mikhail,
Do not talk to Magda, Olivia.
as in my brother?
Yeah, that.
Did you go talk to him after I explicitly told you not to go talk to him?
Did you say that?
I did say that.
Okay, yeah, then I did do that. I did go talk to him after you said that. Probably. I don't think I think I may have forgotten the fact that he was your brother. Or that I may have...
Have you seen the two of us?
You know...
Not in the same room.
Yeah. See, I have a problem remembering people's names sometimes, so I think I may have forgotten what your brother's name was. So I was just... He didn't say he was your brother, so...
Why would he?
I don't know, maybe passing conversation. Hey, by the way, I'm Meg. I don't know.
Did you tell him that you knew me?
No, I mean, it didn't come up. I was just like, hey, I'm going to take over Terry's territory. Do you want to help me? And he was like,
You have to
sure.
stop saying that to people.
Yeah, you do have to stop saying that to people.
Yeah, maybe.
I
mean,
did force Mikhail to swear that the next venture he goes on, he would talk to me first. So, hopefully, he'll have a message for me when we get back to the city.
oh yeah, I told him where we were living, so he knew that. Maybe I shouldn't tell people that.
You sent him to the starboard apartment.
Yeah, I did.
And that I was there? That I was related?
I mean, I didn't tell him you were there. I just told him that I was living there, and if he wanted to contact, that I was there.
Olivia, I love you. This is the funniest thing you've done ever.
Oh, I'm not sure why.
Not that apartment from Mikhail for paying off his debt. So the fact that you just, a random stranger, walked up to him and told him you were living there in the family apartment is very funny.
He did seem a little bit confused, but I was busy, so I left. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Face.
Yeah, why is
It's a lovely face, but you're making a face.
Yeah, one of you looks
They have a history.
Okay.
They hate each other.
Oh. Yeah.
Mikhail's
He's
mad.
made nothing but our lives hell at every time he's involved. But he's also Magda's brother, so...
He is foolhardy.
So,
Those are two very different descriptions. And
He likes to get himself into money trouble and then come begging for help from either me or Mother. And this time it was my turn because I don't know, Mother was too busy preparing.
this is a good thing though, because like I was saying, we have to crack the foundation and everything, so we can just send him in and he can rip that shit up.
Don't send Mikhail in. He won't get don't send Mikhail in.
But-
He'll get himself killed.
Oh. I don't really know how to deal with this then.
I think that's where the rook might be of help.
Yeah.
So I will continue my tete-a-tete with the rook. We can figure that out later. Should we come bearing gifts from the treasurer? Even better?
Didn't Magda say we're already on his good side?
Yeah, we could just sweetening the deal.
Yeah, but the rook doesn't do anything for free. Being on his good side means we can make deals with him.
And I would like to not offer him up all of the information that I have. Like, I would rather not make him a time portal.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. That's
why I was trying to avoid doing that.
Yeah.
There's other information I can offer, but there's...
Yeah, even I
you
know that's a bad idea, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not actually gonna do it. That's the worst case scenario.
What? No.
I think the worst case scenario is we use other means to hide from the Ministry of Magic before we give him a time portal.
I'm not entirely sure how we're going to hide from the Ministry of Magic without an assistance.
Well, we're managing okay so far.
We literally just dealt with a battalion of Mead members who we only got by because they are not actively associated with investigations of that kind.
Right.
I think it went great.
But also note that they wouldn't have even been there if we hadn't been near this accident. If we can keep our heads down, we can be alright for a while.
Okay. Cool. Continuing to be outlaws, it is.
Just gotta learn some of those spells that like change your look up. Or we can do like a dye your hair maybe or something. I don't know.
We'll figure out a way out.
I think our hair doesn't take well to dye though. I've tried to
No,
like
I've tried before and it does not
Yeah.
work.
yeah. Kinda
You gotta start with a light base.
I'm working on it.
okay.
It could get a little whiter and then it'd be fine.
yeah.
It's
The
great.
point of the white hair.
See?
Yeah, I could do like green roots and then black hair. I think I may have seen somebody with that once and it looked decent on them. So then we could maybe do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Baggier clothes hide your like brain.
Yeah, a lot bigger clothing, a little bit more cloaks.
Become a song artist.
Yeah.
I don't know, I heard she's a bad guy. You had to.
That's probably why I heard about her. I probably arrested her. Yeah.
You probably arrested her.
Yeah.
Something about burying.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kept complaining the entire time about a bellyache and I was like, shut up.
Seriously, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Having had your conversation and shared your secrets,
Yes.
the party looks and realizes how late it is and heads off to join Ag in restful slumber. The night goes by with no interruptions, and you wake up in the morning to the sound of the city, the ocean, boats heading out into the ocean. You hear the bells ringing, and the birds chirping outside. What would you like to do with today?
Probably head out to our start heading towards the dungeon.
Yeah.
On the road again.
Ag looks at you. Oh, my head hurts. Holy shit, my head hurts.
This is why we
That's
said to
surprising.
pace yourself, Ag.
It's all right. It'll
Do you
go
have the
away.
earring?
Hmm?
Do you have the earring?
Yes, here you go. Do I have my map?
Yep. Here you go.
Looks, checks. Okay. She actually says, well, since we're getting close, and she sits down on the floor and opens the map. And she says, we're gonna have to branch off. We have a couple options. We could take a boat and just cross the river, which would put us closer. And basically follow, whoops, wrong tool. Basically just follow this route. Or we could go across the bridge and head towards Redwood, curve over, and follow this route.
Well, I think let's see what boats are available first.
Yeah, we're almost certainly going to be able to get a boat. But the bridge route has an advantage because we spend more times on the road and we can travel faster on the road. But as soon as we hit the other side of that river, we're all brush and wilderness. So we could end up spending a lot of time in there. So really, I'll leave it up to you guys which one. If you like camping and hiking, and it's really up to you.
I don't know.
I
if
worry that if we go across by water here, there's quite a bit of miners who head into the mountains from this location. Presumably they would go that similar direction, and I would rather not have a lot of people tracking us into the distance of where we head.
It's certainly less conspicuous. There's no paper trail if we buy a boat. Or no paper trail of buying a boat that goes from Redwood.
Okay. On foot it is.
Yeah, we can make one last stop for supplies too.
Yeah. And so you stock up your supplies on the way out and hit the road. You are making pretty good time, but based upon the amount of time that you have left, you're going to probably end up spending one more day in the wilderness, or one more day before you reach the your destination. Ag's headache clears up as the day goes by quite quickly, actually. Turns out she's actually pretty, robust, tough. Comes back from that, she talks to you guys as you go along. So we never did decide what the split was going to be. We talked about it, but we didn't actually nail that down. My idea is that if you want to take some of the stuff and keep it for yourself, that's fine, but it comes out of like the overall total in terms of like the value of what that would have added to the pool. Does that make sense? So if we find valuable things in there, the idea is that we're going to sell them all, but if you want to keep some, then you're the purchaser, if it were. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Fine with me.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I did want to question your thing about you take a share and the map takes a share.
Yeah, I didn't really know you guys that well, so I thought I'd try it.
I mean, we paid you for some of your time. I would rather us share it equally amongst the five of us.
That's fine. It was one of those things worth asking. You know?
It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
Yeah, awful. Oh. If you had said yes, I would have ended up with 2 shares, right?
It's fair. I mean, I'm holding the map now.
Oh
You
no,
gave it back
we
to
gave
her.
it back.
Caden never did.
Oh, Magda would
Caden,
told
hand,
Katie to.
Caden hands it back. I was never ready to keep it, but no, Caden hands it back now. Just like.
Let's go. I'll fireball
Probably
you.
could
I'll
have swiped
fireball
it out of
you.
her hand at some point.
Oh, I can stop you from casting fireball.
What?
You can counter
We're not
Fireball
touching this
is
right now. We will do
unstoppable.
this in the open road with no one else around.
in the wilderness with all the
In-
flammable things.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to purchase something for stocking up, you're welcome to do so out of the player's handbook. You don't have to run it by me. Just subtract the gold, put it on your sheet. You make your way. You make your way into the wilderness, you cross the bridge, passing troops on the way heading both directions. Watch members. They're the ones coming in to the city are tired. They're carrying some wounded. The ones going out of the city are fresh, have a little bit of vigor and pep to your step. As you start heading towards Redwood and you curve around where that river is, you just sort of peel off and make your way through the fields. As you're making your way up through the fields outside of Redwood and deeper into the wilderness, you notice that you start to get deeper and deeper in, and you notice that there's no real traffic or anything else like this. And you start to actually get into like legitimate, open plain. Magda, you've actually spent some time and stuff like this up where you lived. But for Clara and Olivia, this is probably the first time you've been this is the farthest you've ever been. I need everyone. Who's leading point?
Well, egg probably.
A main
Ag
egg with her
map.
map, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a perception check from Ag.
Okay.
18. So as you guys are walking, she points out something interesting. She goes, "Oh, that's weird," and she stops and points out that there are wheel tracks, wagon wheel tracks in the grass, in the general direction that you are going. But it's not like a road. It's not like hundreds of wagons have traveled over. But there's enough that it has caused a little bit of wear on where the wheels have been, and there seems to be somebody has taken enough carts through here to make a semi-permanent set of tracks that'll probably grow over in a season, but this particular season it's been used. This is in the general direction. You think we should just follow?
It's
Sure.
an easier path as long as we can, I guess.
Keep our eyes open.
Yeah. Do other people have the map or access to the area?
Oh, I mean, anyone can come down here, but as far as I know, I'm the only one with the map. But I wouldn't really know. I mean, it's not something people go, "Hey, I have a map to secret location number 7." You make your way along the path, walking most of the day, stop for lunch, and sometime around 1 o'clock as you're walking along, you come across 3 goblins who are just sitting in the middle of this tiny little path, and they have a stick set across the road. And as they see you coming, they stand up really quickly and they kind of bump each other in the shoulder. And as you get closer, you see that these are actually kids. They're young goblin kids, and they hold up their hand and go, "Stop! You have to pay the toll. If you wanna pass, you gotta pay the toll."
Toll.
Yeah, you gotta pay the toll to go on Goblin Road. Pretty good. No.
Claire keeps walking.
What's the toll?
No. 5.
5 copper?
Yes. Yep,
Okay,
yeah.
5
5 copper.
Do you live around here?
Yeah. We live with our pops and mom, a couple of our uncles and
Yeah.
aunts up over the hill back there.
I didn't realize there was a settlement out here.
Well, not really. Yeah. It's a settlement. Yeah. 5 copper.
Do you work out here, or do your
I'm
parents
just a-
work out here? Sorry, do your parents work out here, or is it just kind of a free roaming settlement kind of thing?
What is free roaming?
Well,
You
I
get
mean,
to move
like,
around however you want.
yeah.
Yeah, we can go pretty much wherever we want. Our parents trust us to go wherever.
Well, I mean, your parents
Just have to be
do
back by
they
dark.
work around here.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we all live together and take care of each other.
Is there a curfew back by dark? Is there like watch members around here?
No, we have to be back by. Are you getting paid a toll or not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Meg, I'll hold out a gold piece. If you answer a question or two of mine, I'll give you this.
But we said 5.
You said 5 copper.
Oh, but this is worth 100 copper?
Okay, yeah. What? We'll answer 2 questions.
Okay.
2 questions.
Yep. All right. Do you know of any interesting places around here? Old mines, ruins, that kind of thing.
Ooh. Not around here. We're not allowed to go up into the mountains where there might be something like that. It says that we're too young, get hurt. But not around here. Around here, it's pretty safe. Nothing. It's very boring. That's why we're playing this. We're playing Toll Road.
Cool. And how long has your family lived out here? Do you know?
A couple months. Well,
Well,
we came out here after the planting, and now we're getting to the harvesting.
harvesting what?
That doesn't
Pumpkins.
count as a question.
Sorry, what did you say?
Pumpkins.
Oh, pumpkins. Interesting. All right. Well, here's your toll. And she'll flick him the coin.
Takes it. Thank you.
That's worth 100. And she'll walk on.
Good business today? Playing?
No, you're the only people. We haven't seen people in. Well, it's boring most days.
Anyone come by recently?
Not for a while.
How long's a while?
More than this many.
Okay.
You make
That's
this
a
road
lot.
then?
Oh no, this road's been here. This is the way the wagons go.
What are your names?
4.
Oh, I'm Webbs. That's Third, and over there's Fen. She's the one who came up with the idea for the toll. But I'm the biggest, so they make me do all the talking. The other 2 are sort of hiding in the back.
Webbs is the biggest. Fen, and what was the middle one?
Third, STURD.
Thank you.
Where do the wagons go?
That way. And he points behind him in the direction he traveled.
No gossip about where they go?
What's gossip?
You know, don't have the time
Anything
to explain to
fun.
you, child.
Information.
Really don't like children.
That's one of those really big words. Information. Is that like?
It's when you know something.
I know lots of things. I know how to plant. I know how deep to plant pumpkin seeds. I know the difference between pumpkin seeds and cabbage seeds. And I know that your pants go with your pockets facing this way.
That's a lot of information.
Very basic information that like anyone would know.
He's a child. Oh, well, it was lovely meeting you. Enjoy your toll. We're
Bye.
getting away.
Come on, let's go. And they just take off.
Are they going in the
And
same
then they
direction?
stop. And then they run back and they take the stick out of the path. And then they go.
Are they going in the same direction we are, or do they go somewhere?
No, they're running off into the hills to the north. You continue on your path, making your way, and as the sun begins to set, you arrive at your destination. You come across you follow the tracks, and they seem to be going in the same direction that you are going. And as you make your way following them, they run smack dab into a mountain wall. And as you look at the mountain wall, seems to be completely flat at the first basic look, and the tracks just run into it, and it is real. You put your hand on it, and it is real stone. And that is where we're going to end our session.
So radical.
All right.
Yeah.
So close to our destination.
Yeah. Well, you're technically there. But thank you all for playing. Some very interesting information. Yeah, that was a very juicy session for information. Thank you all for sticking around and watching with us.
Our poll has just gone up for inspiration. No, sorry, for our impotent die. Our
What? Our impotent die? Our what? No,
What
come
is
on.
this
What is that?
our portent die, but it's a very important die. I'm just trying to.
But there's no O in there. There's no R in there. It should be a portent die, and you made it an impotent die.
It's so impotent.
Oh man, you have to roll low on this dice. Man, this is a hard one to see. Like, everyone had so much to do today. Let's see. I'm gonna vote. I'll throw my vote into it.
Oh.
Well done. Well done. We're gonna have to have some. Yeah. Good session. Those heavy RP sessions just wear everybody out.
We got a lot of thinking to do.
Yeah.
You
Our
do.
brain's gotta be on.
No more secrets. You gave all your secrets away.
Nigel still has secrets.
Clara still has secrets.
Olivia has no secrets.
Caden just doesn't know what he knows.
Caden's got some secrets.
Yeah, he does.
Dominic has lots of secrets.
It's true.
Yeah, Dominic hasn't shown
I'm gonna
up
go pull out
in.
my other character sheet.
Yeah. Dominic hasn't shown up in a while.
It's true. Very true. Hey, so we've got some today. As of today, Matt spent a lot of time over the past week getting our Discord server ready for people to join. We've been using as a team at the Dice Cult, this whole channel. We've got quite a number of people out there, quite a few cast and crew members, because we all share this one Discord space, and we have it all set up and ready for viewers to join if you're interested. Essentially, just a chance to hop in there. There's always a chance you might get to see, maybe art before it gets posted on stream or on Twitter, or you might get insider information on events coming up. We're also going to be doing some giveaways in the future, and we will be posting some of that information there. So there's all kinds of interesting Discord stuff. Like, honestly, I mean, Twitter, we'd love for you to follow us on Twitter, but we are also very active in Discord. So
Yeah. Got any questions about the world? Got any questions about the characters that you don't quite understand, or you missed, some of the revelation, or you want clarification, if it's able to be given?
Or if you just want to hang out with us and be our
Yeah.
friends and just
We are cool
chill,
people.
because we are all people who love D&D and we're big old nerds. And just
Occasionally, we
wanna-
run one shots out of there that we look for people.
that's true, actually. That's
And
true.
sometimes
and
they go
they-
on for a really long time, and I feel really bad about that.
and we still haven't cut the audio up. We also might play other games if we get enough people involved, Among Us, other things. We've talked about all of this in the past, but with the Discord server now live, and people
It's
participating.
happening. It's really
we can
happening.
make it happen. Olivia!
It's also worth noting that
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, congrats, Olivia. The join Discord button is kind of small. You have to go all the way over to the right to where it says Discord.
Yeah.
And then-
and I also just dropped a link. I
you
just
can't
dropped a
post
link. If you click that link from Roll Inc., it will
It's
join.
censored.
Hold on. Yes,
Oh, it's censored?
links are censored.
Not censored.
Give us a moment.
Here, Scott. I'll send you the link. Or no, Rafe. Abby, you can
I can
send with this.
Probably just post
Yeah.
the one that I had. I'll post the one that.
But once she's done with that, Olivia gets to roll a d20 because she spent hers today. She spent her portent dice on making Ag fall and hurt herself.
It was very.
It was very important for establishing trust with
It's
Kate and Magda.
extremely funny, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the things I love to see it get spent on. So go ahead and roll me a d20, Olivia, and let's see what your new 4.
Oh, that's even better than the one you said.
It's a pretty good one, I think. I'm gonna keep.
Yeah.
She would have rolled 3d6 for damage on that one.
Oh man.
I don't know if we would have.
Low number. I don't know what number I like because when it's low, it's like, oh man, you're gonna make a bad guy miss. When it's high, it's like, oh man, you're gonna just make somebody succeed. So there's just no winning. It just needs to be.
Oh,
a 10.
there's winning.
You can win D&D.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
No, 2 bags of holding. You found the only bag of holding in the whole game.
My plans!
Well, everyone, thank you for hanging out with us. I raise a glass of water to toast your joining us. And
I raise a vegetable. I don't have one.
yeah,
I don't own vegetables.
a can of tomato sauce. And
already
we
have
look forward. We look forward to seeing you all next week, where we begin to.
We'll see you next week.
Enjoy
See you next
some more
week.
art. We'll do some more art from our 3
Go make somebody laugh.
artists here.
Oh my word.